next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools.
Ew.
They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
This is the drive, baby!
The Drive Guys, Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Alan, the new Spider-Man movie is opening tonight. Here we are on a Thanos Thursday. We are inevitable, the Drive Guys.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. But I feel great.
Yesterday, I said
feel
to
great.
Alan, hey, let's go to the movie tonight.
Yeah.
Well, nobody's like, I can't, which is fine. And today, he comes in, hey, are we going to the movie tonight?
Because I thought about it. Technically, I could say, hey, the kiddos are asleep. We can go at midnight. And I would just hope that they would stay asleep. I don't get a text, hey, by the way, they're up while I'm trying to enjoy the film. So we could do it. You know what? The reason I probably don't want to do it is because it is going to be very crowded.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
I remember the very first Spider-Man, of these new, motion pictures with Toby, it was so crowded. It was maybe the one time, maybe there was another time, but the first time ever, our family had to split up. And my dad and I had to go sit in one of the first rows, and we gave my mom and my sister the good seats. And I feel like I don't want to go with you and we're not sitting together because it's so crowded. Mm-hmm. But spiritually, I would have went with you.
I appreciate that. Maybe we can at some point.
We should.
Yeah.
We should because, I think, this is the problem for all those that aren't the and I'm not a hardcore Marvel or DC or superhero, but on the scale, if there were a scale, I'd probably be around a 7, right? So for all of the 9s and up, you're gonna go regardless. You don't care. But for the 7s, if you have a significant other who's more of a 4,
See, I think you're an 8, and you're trying to.
I think I'm more of a 7.
Yeah, I think you're an 8. It's like, I'm only a 7. I don't even know who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, I mean, is it still Toby? I didn't know. But what I'm saying is I don't think I will be watching. Now that the Avengers is done, the sells are getting harder to your significant other, knowing that, hey, I like it, but it's not enough to where I'm going to make her go to these kind of more spin-offy. Like I might ask her to go because I know she watches it, but she doesn't truly enjoy
setting
it.
Up the next Avengers, and the Avengers are not done.
I mean, it has to be, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't need. Like, I didn't ask her to go see the Red Hulk. I'm not going to ask her to go see this.
Yourself.
Right. But if if we get an opportunity, I would go with you before waiting. To watch it at home with her because I know she doesn't really like it like that. And of course, when Avengers comes out, then the big ones she'll go to. Like Black Panther 3, whenever that comes out, she'll go to. Like the big ones that she knows, I'm super in, I don't want to have to wait, she'll go. The next Into the Spider-Verse, she probably would go with me.
Gotcha.
But this one, she knows I'm big on Spider-Man, but hey, buddy, I did what, Lost Day or whatever the last one was. Now it's Brand New Day. There's always another day. You're going to have to go today. You're going to have to go.
Wasn't it No Way Home?
Yeah, No Way.
Lost Day.
I thought it was the first day.
Spider-Man.
First day.
Missed appointment.
Yeah, Subway home. Uber home is the next one. So, Whitey, I would love to go with you. Maybe we can just wait it out.
Maybe.
But the list is getting too long, though, fellas. I still got to see The Odyssey. I got to see all these. There's another one. Isn't there another big film that's out right now? I wanted to see Obsession because I like scary movies. They're just piling up. This is what I was telling Jay and you a couple days ago. These movies, the music's been crazy. I can't keep up.
Are you a Dune fan? Because I think
Dune.
Doomsday, the next Avengers one, comes out the same day as Dune 3.
And back in the day, I'm not trying to get in trouble, but you would go into the theater, time it out, then one ends, and then you pop right into the other. You're gone for 7 hours, right? Save some cash. That's what you're supposed to do. Now, with these two movies, the first movie might be at 10 a.m. You might not leave until 9 p.m.
Right.
So now I don't think I can do that anymore, but I don't know. Are people still doing that? Can y'all still finesse your way into another movie, or are they more strict
I'm
now?
sure it's done. You just have to be more careful talking about it.
You got to ask for Ralad how he got into the Odyssey in IMAX. You got to ask him that story.
Ralad seems like the type. He's still doing that for
He's
sure.
probably a master of all those. He should write a book.
He's dressed as a security guard.
It's only available on the black market. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. JR's checking in already? We're just getting started. JR, what's going on?
You're supposed to actually pick your seat and have a number. So you can't really just move seats like you used to in the day.
No, JR. No, don't get me started.
He's right.
No, but no. Brand New Day. We're not. Oh yeah, I guess you are right. You do pick them, but Brand New Day.
I am right.
You are right.
Say that again. I want to hear that.
No.
Thank you.
I'm not going to these movie theaters where they're serving you barbecue. They're all the servers in your way. Can I just watch the dang movie, JR?
Thank you. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Agree with you on that. Real quick for you, Whitey, though. Yeah. Have you seen the Guardian of the Galaxy series?
I've seen one part of 2, and I've seen some of the other movies they're in, yeah.
Oh, because 2 things. A, the music, you would love. The music in Guardian of the Galaxy is great.
Yes.
And then Chris Pratt, to me, is the best smart-ass superhero ever. Mm-hmm. He's just so good at that role, and that whole series is really good. So I just want to make sure you'd seen that.
Yes.
Because to me, Marvel-wise, that's pretty good. And then the whole Iron Man and all those are awesome, too. I hate agreeing with Alan, but they're really fun to watch and get into.
Hey, JR, that's one of the cool things about the 49ers uniforms. They look like Iron Man kind of, don't they? A little bit.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear my mask at all the games. You won't even see me. I'll be sitting right behind Kayla and saying, hey, don't take pictures, woman. Bye-bye.
See you later. Now, who on the Kings is most like Spider-Man? if you had to take one of the Kings, cast him as Spider-Man. See, to me, Malik is clearly Black Panther because Black Panther is a king.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you noticed Malik in Arabic, apparently.
I did know that.
Uh-huh.
By the way, yeah.
Domas is Thor.
Everybody is right. Even my spot in the Thomas, when you buy the tickets online, you do a sign. But you just hope that they're not, not full. You can't do it now. If you want to do Double Trouble, you might be able to do it now because Odyssey's been out for a little bit. But you obviously, you got to get the assigned one for Spider-Man if you want to do it.
I don't mind the really long movies as long as they're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if you expect me to sit there for 3 hours, you better bring it. If you do, all right. But if it's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
that
you
should
know,
be illegal.
Spider-Man, what's this runtime? 2:30? It's got to be 2:30.
Probably. I know the next one's supposed to be the Avengers.
Doomsday. No, that's it just says all day.
Yeah.
There's one showing all day.
Mm-hmm.
But 2:25 for Spider-Man.
Okay.
That's tough.
That's tidy.
You're getting home at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Whoa. Come home, night on the town?
Uh-huh.
Nah, baby, just went and saw Spider-Man. Was gone for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to go see it. I know Dune's going to be about 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
But who is Spider-Man?
I think it's Keegan.
Probably. I don't know who else it would be.
Zach Levine would probably be a good Spider-Man, but I think it's Keegan. And I bring that up because the Spider-Man movie is opening at midnight tonight, but also because I know you had some kind of, people are calling it a vision about Keegan.
Speaking of Dune, the visions are clear.
Right.
And Keegan Murray.
By the way, I was reading, I had only fairly recently read Dune, which has been out forever.
Right.
And I'm reading it, and it's like, this is Star Wars. This is where they got everything for Star Wars.
It's all like that.
But this was way before Star Wars, and that's, a lot of it is like, okay.
This is where you got it.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. I mean, well, there's a lot, right? Well, what is it? Lion King, Aquaman, Black Panther, all super similar. All battling for a throne, and there's a half-brother involved. There's something going. It's all super similar.
Yeah.
Right? But I can't get enough. Just do the same, just rewrap the same thing. I hope today in Spider-Man we find out he's got a half-brother who's challenging to be the new Spider-Man of New York City. But speaking of Keegan Murray, I woke up this morning.
That's good.
You know, I did. And that's always a blessing. Smile on my face, song on my heart. And, you know, I go to take the little one to school, and I just was thinking, I was listening to Carmichael Dave, and he's talking about making burrata cheese or whatever it was. And somehow I still ended up thinking about the Kings, right? And I started looking at just the ages of some of the Kings players. And the reality is Keegan, I believe his birthday is coming up in August. So he is about to be 26. He's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got a couple years under his belt now. I know last season was kind of rough. But if you actually look at what Keegan has done so far and his age, where he's currently at, and now that you've opened up some things with DeMar DeRozan being gone, one more season for Zach LaVine. We don't know what the time Zach LaVine's going to spend with the Kings is even going to look like. There is still a world, and we get on certain people for saying, hey, how can we sit there and still say that Keegan could be an all-star? How could we say this? You know, that ship has sailed. But I don't know that it has. And I think that Keegan, how things started out, he got our expectations so high, right? And a lot of Kings fans, for lack of a better term, felt even betrayed, if I could use that word. Not that Keegan did anything, but just, man, we thought he was the guy, and he's not that. But you can not be the guy and still be an incredible piece, an incredibly important piece to a lineup. And you look at some of the other players out there and the time that it took them. And I have some of these names, Whitey, because that word that we're all looking for, ladies and gentlemen, as it pertains to Keegan Murray, that word is a leap, right? How long should it take for a player to have a leap? Well, the answer is there is no right answer. You know, we always joke, my wife and I always joke.
Sooner the better.
Sooner the better. But my wife always joke, and if there's any pediatricians listening now, I'm not, but we are very thankful for everything you do. But we always joke because you take in your kid and they say, well, every baby's different. Every question you ask them, Yeah, every baby's different, right? Hey, is it okay that she's doing this? Yeah, well, every baby's different. And we leave thinking, well, we could just answer these questions ourselves, right? Every baby's different. And of that same vein, every player is different. Mm-hmm. And just because there's a certain player here that had their leap when they were 23 years old or a player that had a crazy 24-year-old season, that doesn't mean that Keegan Murray is completely done.
Do you think Keegan has a guaranteed role this year?
I believe only if they told him. They sit everybody down and tell them, apparently, which just doesn't happen in the NBA. So I'm looking here at some of these other names, right?
Yeah.
Just a couple other names I came up with.
I will just say this before we get any further.
Yeah.
I'm a Keegan fan. I'm glad they haven't traded him, but I do feel like as a fan base, and I'm right there with everyone, I feel like we too often, perhaps, but often, we're making excuses for him.
I don't disagree with that, but let me lay this out.
Okay.
Right? Let me lay this out real quick. So some of these other names that we've seen, Lauri Markkanen, when he was 25 years old, he went from 15 points per game to 26 points per game. Now there was trades and things like that, but if you want me to stretch Armstrong a little bit, I could say that removing DeMar DeRozan it truly changes this team.
Is that when he went to the Jazz and he took off?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. So you have...
Because he had been with the Bulls and the Cavs.
Yes, he had bounced around a little bit. Pascal Siakam, his 25, his year of 25, when he turned 25, he jumped from a role player, and that's where he kind of made that step, and that's when the Raptors ended up winning a title, right? So obviously those things went hand in hand. Julius Randle, 26 years old, was when he became an all-star and kind of entered that next. Now, Julius Randle is not, a tier one guy, don't get me wrong, but...
Some would say he is. He paid
right.
like it.
He's paid like it.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
he had injury issues early on.
There you go.
Broke his leg, I think. In his
now I get it.
game.
All these guys weren't drafted as high as Keegan. I understand that, but if we can do it for Acuff and Brunson in summer league, we can do it for Keegan as well. Jimmy Butler was 25, his first All-Star season after gradually kind of expanding his role, and then you have some other guys here too. Obviously, Andrew Wiggins, that All-Star that he made with Golden State, he was 26 years old. But again, Andrew Wiggins is actually a good shout, because everybody was done with him because he was the number one pick, right? Then when he got to Golden State and he was, I don't know, Whitey, the third-ish option, sometimes the second, right? He felt a lot more comfortable. He did that at 26 years old.
He's a great comp because also, like Keegan, there's times when it feels like he's a talented player, but he doesn't have that fire
exactly
all the time.
Yeah, and I'm not
and with the
speaking
Warriors
on that
in the
for
playoffs
Keegan
that year
per
they won the
se.
championship. Man, I remember the dunk he threw down on Luka.
Right.
Ooh, what happened to him?
Right. I'll put it to you like this. Instead of wording it like that, they are going to, so far, it seems like Keegan's the type of person that the game is going to have to come to him, right? He's not going to attack in a way that I think some fans would want him to attack. You have Chris Middleton. He became an all-star at 27 years old. Mikal Bridges, I know we've gone back and forth with Mikal Bridges, but he kind of more so exploded offensively at age 26. And we also have here OG Anunoby, who, again, continued to add to his game. And we've compared OG to Keegan before, continued to add to his game as his career has continued. And Keegan, fourth season in the NBA. And now with no DeMar DeRozan, and it's going to be Acuff. I get it. Levine, we'll see kind of what happens there. But I woke up thinking, look, I don't know that he's going to do it, but the way we speak about Keegan as if it's already cooked is a little too much. I'd even be more so in this camp if he was about to turn 27 in a couple weeks. He's about to turn 26. So he still has time to be more. Will he ever be an all-star? I don't know. But it is far too early to decide that he won't be that.
I hope you're right, but I have to play the devil's advocate a little bit.
You don't
try to get the
have
other side.
to.
Yeah, I'm obligated to.
Okay.
Contractually obligated.
Well, I'll read it.
Would you agree that, okay, it could happen, hopefully it will happen, but it better happen this year?
So we have to make a list before the NFL season starts, so we'll combine it to end the summer. first team all. It's a big season 4.
Yeah.
So C.J. Stroud, Keegan Murray. Who else is on the list of it's a big season 4 blank? Like, I wouldn't count Baker. Baker's all salty because they wouldn't pay him. So I'm not doing it based on contract, just how we're viewed. I maybe throw Jalen Hurts in there a little bit. Now, he's already got a Super Bowl and he's a champ, but I'd throw Jalen Hurts in there if we're keeping
Maybe
it to the
Tua.
NBA. Tua and Penix, throw both of them in there. Both the lefties. Jay, we're thinking of guys where it's a huge season coming up for him.
Yeah.
And Keegan is at the top of the list.
Yeah. We know you can do it. We have great faith in you, but at some point you have to do it.
Bryce Young.
Backpack Bryce is on the list. You know, he played better last season, but
got money contract time coming up.
That's right. You know, more of the NBA players, I don't know. Like Donovan Mitchell, when you're getting paid $60 a year, you really don't need to do anything.
He would probably say, what more do you want me to do?
You don't have to do it.
What
You don't have to do anything. It's I would say instead of him.
Some of your fellow Warrior fans probably say your boy Pods.
I would say Pods if he's going to have to be their number 3
Another
option.
one of your guys, Kuminga, at some point. Better do something.
Nobody's giving him a chance to do anything. I think Jabari Smith Jr. is on that list because he's right there with Keegan.
Anderson.
Scoot is another good one. Mobley, I think. But I feel like Mobley, we do this every year with Mobley on the Cavs. So
I like Mobley, but I hear what you're saying.
So to bring it back to Keegan, I just thought, you know what, man? 25, about to turn 26 in a couple months. Why have we just decided? And there is a level of venom with Kings fans when it comes to Keegan.
Venom, good Spider-Man reference.
Yeah, well, that wasn't even on purpose. It's just in me.
Yeah,
just like Venom, you know. But to see where he's at and where he could be, I don't know. You know, we had people calling in my first year, and Jay is going to get ticked off about this, but we had people calling in my first year comparing Keegan to Jason Tatum. You know what I mean? And they were still doing the Kawhi thing. Just because we probably should stop that doesn't mean he can't be a really solid player.
Did you know that last year, Keegan, in only 23 games, he had the most field goal attempts per game that he's had in his whole career?
Really?
It was close, but yeah, his field goal attempts per game went 9.8, 12.7, 10.8. Last year, 13. He averaged 14 a game last year. He just didn't shoot the three ball well. If he can make his threes on a semi-consistent basis, because even the year before where he ended up in a decent spot, he had one half the year where he was terrible. Then he started making them. And if there's any sort of cohesion between he and Darius Acuff Jr., I think it'll happen. I think you're right, Alan, but I think there are a couple of open questions there.
Long story short, TLDR, if you're just getting in your car, you're almost there. It's almost 5 o'clock. We got you. We got you till 6 when you're in that traffic. Watch out on 80 and 5. But TLDR, Whitey, too long, don't read. I'm not giving up on Keegan Murray. I still think he's got a shot to be a heck of a player in the NBA.
There's a guy that I sit next to sometimes who looks just like you, who was trying to run him out of town about 5 weeks ago.
Well, you know, everybody's got a price. No, everybody's got a price. But if you are, I didn't say, hold on now. I didn't say, you know, things, you know. If
it's all right, you're allowed to change your mind.
No, it's not a changing of the mind. It's, if you're not going to do that, then I need to believe there's a reason you're not doing that, and let's hope for the best. We got Eric in Lodi. Shout out Lodi. You can see it from a mile away. Keegan doesn't have the it factor in all caps. No fire or dog in him. Should have traded him already, and now his stock is down. So I'm guilty of this too, Eric in Lodi, the 209. I'm guilty of this too. Sometimes we look at fire or dog, and it's how people act, right? How demonstrative they are. Because the reason I think a lot of people do compare Keegan to this player is because you never see OG Anunoby make any type of facial expression. They're so similar. OG had the tip in, and they were joking because at the presser, he just kind of said, he was sitting there, yeah, it was a good play. You know?
Sure, but he plays with more energy.
I do think that a lot of people misconstrue the two. And I'm telling you, Whitey, I'm so sick for Keegan because I really do think that he had it. Like the way he was talking during media days and training camp, it wasn't the whole meek and mild, Keegan is so funny and he's so quiet. Like he said he wanted to win most improved player. He was trying to talk that talk. He just got injured and didn't get to walk the walk. So I do think that you get a little bit older, you get a little bit more confident in yourself. Now it's your team. Uncle De'Aaron's gone. DeMar DeRozan's gone. DeMar said it's his team. It's a huge season for a lot of people. It's a huge season for everybody in all walks of life. But Keegan Murray knows it. He wanted it bad. And when I talked to his pops in that seat right there, he knew it. And I think that's why that whole family, even though he got paid and good for him, blessings, they knew that Keegan really wanted to show some things this season.
It's there somewhere. His career high, single game career high is?
Is it 37?
47.
47. There you go. See, Keegan, that's people like me trying to take away the 10 points. Got to do it again, Keegan.
47.
When was that?
It says they're 23-24 points, game highs 47. Wow.
See? Got after it. We got you, Keegan.
I guess my question as a Kings fan would be, has your trajectory changed for him? What is the top Keegan that you possibly can envision?
Oh, man. Too good of a question. Yeah, I mean,
he's got to shoot 36% or better from three, and he's got to average 18 or more points per game. If he does that, I feel like that's the guy you want.
Where are the rebounds at?
Well,
he is a good rebounder.
Where's the defense at, too, though? Because if we're talking about OG Anunoby, we're talking about a two-time all-time All-NBA defender.
Yeah.
And Defensive Player of the Year award, on the list. Like, I haven't heard any of that.
And here's the crazy part. Yeah, two-time, yeah. Here's the crazy part, though.
Got to move him to the 3 spot, I think, to get the best out of him.
Yes.
In all fairness.
If you look at OG's numbers, last season, 16.7, 5.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 38.6% from three, which is crazy, 82% from the free throw. You telling me Keegan can't do that? Like Keegan can't, obviously it comes without context, right? But Keegan can do that. He can do that. And I don't even think that's a question. I don't. He has to do it.
To answer your question, you go back to his best game against the Jazz that year. 47 points, 12 of 15 on threes, 16 of 23 floor, 8 rebounds, only had a couple of assists. 47 points. He's not going to average 47 points a game.
No.
But have we seen that Keegan since?
No. Listen, you want to hear something crazy, fellas?
That was December 16th, 2023.
You want to hear something crazy? OG Anunoby, his career points per game, 13.3. Guess what Keegan Murray's points per game for his career? 13.3. The same exact points per game. But obviously, the context is missing there. I'm just saying there is enough for Keegan to be a player like that. Like OG, what's he got? 2-time all-defense, but no all-stars. Like, Keegan can be this.
Well, OG's the first couple years to Toronto brings him down, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, that's very true. If we looked at what he's done, to your point, Jay, with the Knicks, even with the Knicks, let's see. Yeah, with the Knicks, he's at 16.9. 16.9 points per game. With Toronto, he was at 11.8, so it wasn't terrible. But 16.9 points per game. The crazy part about OG is he's taking 5.9 threes a game, shooting 38%.
377, and Keegan for his career is at 365 and trending down.
Was it 27% last season? That can't happen. But OG, 29 years old, fellas. That's time. Think about that. We got time. We got all the time in the world.
Not all the time in the world. We got time, but not all the time in the world.
We got all the time. We got at least this season. Get Zach, assuming Zach
got more time than DeMar, but not a lot of time.
We got time, man. He's got a huge season.
It's got to be this year.
No, it does. But he doesn't have to turn into this superstar. Remember when he was supposed to be Kawhi? Remember that, Jay? I'm
don't
sure
remember that.
I'm sure you remember this.
Who are we talking about?
Wait, what?
No, come on now.
Kawhi, we talking about?
No, that was a conversation. That was a conversation. It was.
Who?
It was.
You talking about Keegan?
Yes.
Brother, that must have been at the other station.
No,
that wasn't at this station.
But you guys, y'all had Duren. Y'all had Duren, who was taking the mantle from Steph, right? You had Keegan, who was the next Kawhi and or Jason Tatum.
Stop it.
Allen
You
needs
have
a minute
mini-
to cool
yeah,
off.
mini
Don't
Jokic.
you
Go to
think,
break,
Jay?
please.
Yeah,
I'm
take a
telling
deep breath.
you.
Maybe get something cool to
No.
sip on.
Kawhi?
916-339-1140. Do you or do you not remember Keegan Murray and Kawhi comparisons?
Allen Styles' fever dream continues when we come back. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports. What?
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Thursday. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy. It's going to be pretty toasty, though, as temperatures soar today into the upper 90s. We'll drop it back into the low 60s overnight tonight with that refreshing breeze, but a hotter day ahead Friday, highs to peak at about 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. For more than 50 years, Elk Grove Honda's Hondas are still cheap, cheap. You'll find us under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard. Elk Grove Honda's Hondas are
Cheap, cheap. With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know that hiking isn't for you. Sure, it sounds nice to be in nature while exercising, but that's what a gym and houseplants are for. I mean, you don't even like walking upstairs. So why would you walk up a hill for miles? To what, end up high in the air? Come on, you know you're scared of heights. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. And Doug.
Hot dog, get your hot dog.
Customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Hey, what are you doing?
I like your method. Direct, to the point. A little loud, but...
Listen, people don't buy car insurance the same way they do hot dogs.
Not yet, but both are customizable.
Popcorn! Get your popcorn!
Hey, this is a hot dog area.
And customize and save area. Get a quote at libertymutual.com or with your local agent.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Well, Alan's right. Jay and I didn't remember it, and whether you think it makes sense or not, let's see. This is Luke Laux. After the scrimmage, I know Alan found it too.
Yeah.
The Beast says, after the scrimmage, one of the scouts pulled me aside and was like, the closest thing I've seen to what I just saw was Kawhi in year 2, talking about Keegan. It wasn't that Keegan is Kawhi or Kawhi is Keegan, but the step from rookie season, oh, you have a pretty good rookie, to holy smokes, this guy could be exceptional. And I think we're all seeing it as an organization. We're all feeling it. But we're also pushing him to believe in that. That actually did not happen. I'm not saying
after that was DeRozan, right?
What I'm saying is that leap in that second year for her, that everyone saw coming, that it didn't.
Right.
So
this was the summer going into second season. So this is summer going into second season. He has an iffy season, and then they say, bleep this, we're bringing in DeMar. And then the third season, he's deferring to DeMar.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Chris Biederman wrote that story. How about that?
My guy Biederman.
You keep saying that, but after you would have to say, I ain't going to be your guy no more.
530-91-530. Yes, it was 100% a thing. 916. Yeah, there were some Keegan Kawhi comps, and they were as silly then as they are today.
Mm-hmm. But all you said was that there were comps.
That's all I said.
I got one. Comps without an S. Remove the S, but I'll say a comp. You're right.
We got one.
Yeah, you got one, baby.
All it takes is one.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
I can find more. That's just
That's
2
right off the
seconds.
top.
That's off the top.
By the way, speaking of these reports, and somebody said this, I just real quick want to say for anybody who's
no,
paying
Whitey,
attention,
please.
Don't expect the Kings to buy out Zach LaVine, okay? No matter what you see or hear, don't assume that in any way, shape, or form that's a thing right now. I don't know how I think I know how to start it. Things snowball. Now you got people, that'd be a good idea. It would not be a good idea, and there's absolutely no reason to think the Kings are going to buy out Zach LaVine.
Well,
it would be too punitive financially compared to what they would get as a benefit if they just keep him on the roster for the rest of the year. Okay? Period.
As we've discussed before, yeah. As we've discussed before, it takes, when it was with DeMar, it takes 2 to tango. So Zach LaVine, who obviously just opted in because he wants this money, right? If any conversation were to happen, you would have to believe that the Kings would not be on the right side of it as far as it helping them truly financially.
You look at their options like, well, that would be dumb. So just you see any of that or hear any of it, just take it with a grain of salt. That's all, Alan.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm fine. It doesn't bother me at all.
Right. The hope, I think the initial hope, now this is on the flip side of it, obviously Zach LaVine was going to opt in to force the Kings' hand, because if he had just opted out, then he'd be a free agent, but he would have been turning down $49 million, and he wasn't getting $49 million for a single year from anybody else.
To that point, I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings, who did not want him to opt in, did not give him a guaranteed role. So there's also that.
Yeah.
It would not have behooved them to do that either.
And so TC is saying buying Zach LaVine out is worth it to me. $30 million to let Sharp and Clifford run that spot. That's just me. But again, I guess if you're Zach LaVine, sure, because you'd be saying no to what? The other $19 million. And then if you're Zach LaVine and Clutch, you'd be hoping, okay, thank you for the $30 million. And now I'm going to go somewhere and hopefully get paid 20, right, to get it back somewhere. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. It just takes two to tango.
TC, I'm with you on something you've been saying for a while. And by the way, my feelings were hurt today because he was on with Kayla.
I saw that.
He doesn't come on with us anymore.
He does. He does.
We set him up with the music and everything.
That's true. Cut the music now.
Vibing with TC.
You get the music. You don't call for a week, you lose the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. You don't call for a week, you lose the music.
But as you've said, you want to see that spot opened up for, who'd you say, Sharp and Neek. Yeah, Zach can come off the bench. And then when the year's over, I've got all that cash freed up. And that's nothing against him, but I don't have to play him if he's here. You've said that, and I agree with you. It's just what you'd have to pay. If you release him and stretch the money, then you're still paying for him like, over 3 years, right? Whereas this way, it's a lot of money this year, but then, cap space.
Right.
That's all.
I just feel as if the Kings are now able to, anything can happen. Let me just, caveat with that. But the Kings are now in a position to where he can be viewed as an asset. And if nobody...
He's like a reverse asset.
Right. And if nobody wants him, then you just get that cap space back. You're just so close now in a season where Zach LaVine, and this is the same conversation with Domas, Zach LaVine is better than Neek Clifford. Zach LaVine is better than Emmanuel Sharp. Full stop, right? Hey, well, he's getting paid. No. He's better than them, right? And in the relegation era that we are in, you have to look at what makes the most sense. So now you're going to pay Zach LaVine to leave and then possibly screw up your percentage to get a top pick. I don't think that makes a ton of sense. I'm not Scott Perry.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make a lot of sense to me to let guys take more shots.
It's not even one of the worst contracts in the league right now.
Not
Because
anymore.
if you're the Kings and you look at it, it's not, oh my goodness, we have to pay him all this money. No, it's, wow, we pay him what we pay him for one more year, and then we're free. Not from him personally, but we get so much cap space. That makes more sense than stretching him over 3 years where it becomes a burden on your financial situation over the next few years. It just doesn't make sense. It has nothing to do with Zach LaVine, where you like him or don't like him. It makes financial sense to keep him this year and then let him go next year, and he can move on, and then you've got all that cap space. That's all. Buying him out is like that. Now I'm starting to get mad again, Alan. I don't think they'd do that.
Anything can happen, right?
I don't think that can. But okay, you're right. You're right.
Anything can happen, but also right now, we've heard Scott Perry speak on things. We've heard Scott Perry and what he has said about the vets, and we haven't heard anything like that. Now, obviously, he's not going to get on the mic and say, yeah, we're going to try to buy out Zach. But I'll put it to you like this. And I know Sam Amick's normally on Thursdays, right? So I'll put it to you like this.
I don't know if he is during the summer, is he?
Right. That's why I was double checking. But I'll put it to you like this. I'll put on the back burner. If we hear more smoke about it, I haven't heard anything. Matt George is on the sideline right now with the voice. I hope he gets better. But the Sam Amicks of the world as well, guys like that. This is where Whitey, this is where we need someone can confirm. This is where we need a can confirm, right? Because as of right now, everything that we've heard is that the Kings are going to roll into the season, use Zach LaVine as an asset. What if he goes off early in the season? Right? What if he's back at 24 points per game? A team is saying, yeah, we just got to pay the rest of that $49 million, and then he's off of our books. So there are pros and cons to everything, but yeah, it just kind of came up out of nowhere, and this stuff will happen, and everybody will.
In a vacuum, there's nothing going on. One thing gets said, and then it gets spun.
I mean, this is the
snowballs into something that it's not.
This is the Duren he's interested in Sacramento thing. It's the same thing, and it catches like wildfire. You know why? Because everybody is thirsty right now. It's the summer. It's hot in Sacramento, and people are thirsty. So give them something to drink.
Yeah, it's hot, and Alan has a fever dream involving Keegan Murray finally becoming the chosen one.
It's time. I'm all in. I'm getting the jersey. You know, I'm all in. He's gonna get the shoe deal, the Keegan ones.
It's wild.
Come on, hey Doug.
There's a lot of jokes there, but I'm gonna let it fly.
Come on, Doug. Don't do that. Don't do that, Doug.
Kawhi Murray.
Yes, sir. He gets it. He gets it. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah. We'll come back with more on that also. Hey, guess what? LeBron may be around longer than we think. It's all coming up. Don't go away. Drive, guys.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com. The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram in Woodland. Chad, I heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, $14,000 off MSRP and 0% 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after 9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th net savings. See dealer for details.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Man, how about this for great news? Rich Paul to Dave McMenamin. I think Philadelphia is going to energize LeBron. Maybe we get 2 seasons. Maybe we get 4. All right.
That would be tough.
Maybe we get 4.
That would just be tough to go through. It's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers, right? I just don't have a lot of patience for the, oh my goodness, is he going to play again? I hardly cared this year about LeBron. That's nothing. I have nothing against LeBron. That's just me. I felt the same way about Aaron Rodgers, even Tom Brady, when they, kind of went back and forth with that. 4 more years of that is unfathomable. I can't even think about that. It's not going to happen. Rich Paul is just talking. If we had a list, and I know this is the pot calling the kettle, but if we had a list of the top yappers in sports, maybe non-athlete yappers, Rich Paul got to be up there. Like if we remove obviously hosts or non-show related yapping, right? Rich Paul is always talking. And I get it. This is the time with the LeBron stuff. But from one yapper to another, that dude can talk.
Speaking of talking, what were the rules Gilbert Arenas had for who could talk to him amongst his teammates?
Hey, Jay, don't let me get my new contract, man.
You and Keegan getting them shoe deals.
Hey, Keegan, we together now, man. Me, Keegan, and DA5. Don't talk to us. Gilbert Arenas says that Wizards teammates cannot speak to him if they made under $5 million. Quote, if you don't make $5 million, do not talk to me directly.
I think that's fair.
I am a superstar now. Talk to someone who makes $5 million. If they make $5 million, then they can relay the message. That is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That is hilarious. That is some Draper stuff right there.
That's Agent Zero. That's him in a nutshell.
If you do not make $5 million, do not speak to me directly.
By the way, speaking of things, I know some people picked up, what I was talking about and how it was based on something that James Ham said. And just to clarify, because I know him, I think he kind of said something in passing that got kind of aggregated and blown out of proportion. And I don't think that's his fault when something like that happens. But it just makes me angry because something that's not real, all of a sudden people are talking about, oh, and I hear this team may do that. And the way I see it is like, no. And that's not, if he says something and someone takes it out of context, that's not his fault. So anyway, some people are very sharp. They, they hear things and they know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, Kings, it's a kind of small circle there, right? So it's not hard to go Inspector Gadget. But I think the reality is it really doesn't matter who says something. Obviously, context matters. If it comes out as if this is what I'm hearing, right? I'm hearing what was said wasn't, I'm hearing the Kings may buy out Zach LaVine. That is what it has turned into.
I think so.
The quote was, if they are going to buy him out, then now is the time. Those are two, and I'm even paraphrasing that, but those are two completely different conversations than I am hearing that the Kings may buy out Zach LaVine versus if they are going to buy him out, now would be the time. Those are two different convos.
It irritates me when something like that happens. Again, I don't think that's his fault. But as a fan, we hang on every word sometimes. And Kings fans hang on every word of every report because we're so curious as to what's going on. And especially at a time like now when there's not a lot. And so all of a sudden things get blown out of proportion. And it gets to a point where it's misleading to fans. And that bothers me.
Yes.
That bothers me
Here
when
you
that
go.
happens.
But when Levine accepted that $49 million, he accepted the reality that he is nearly untradeable. And any trade that would happen should happen now. And if he's going to get bought out, it should happen now. Because after that, it's not advantageous to anybody. Nowhere in that statement does James Ham say, I'm hearing the Kings might buy out Zach LaVine.
Right.
But if you're just now tuning in or went on social media, that's what it's turned into.
It's kind of blown up. And again, that's not his fault, and it's a play on. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. Michael Redd said something really interesting about, I was just talking about LeBron. LeBron in what, maybe his final year? Maybe not. You know that he's hired a crew to follow him around, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So to document what could be his last season. And Michael Redd, who's a great follow on X, he said, look, that's cool. But he said, the cool thing about MJ in The Last Dance was they recorded all that, and then it was in a vault for many years. He said, if LeBron's going to do this and it's going to sit somewhere, and then we're going to see it years later, he said, that would hit different with me. And I had not thought of that. It's the fact that we had time to digest and get a little perspective on Michael Jordan. That's one of the things that made The Last Dance so special. Even one of my daughters, my youngest daughter, she's not a big basketball fan, but she watched The Last Dance because she remembered, the impact he had on the culture at the time and everything.
Right.
So I just thought that was very insightful.
Yeah, I think the difference is I don't really know. I guess if you played it for kind of what you're saying, Whitey, for people 10, 15 years from now, it would be different. But what are they going to show with LeBron, specifically LeBron, that we don't already know about LeBron in this social media world? And I know people loved, what was it? The Olympic documentary and things like that. And Devin Booker was walking around with the camera. But we know so much about LeBron. I just don't know what they're going to show him with his family. They're going to show him with Rich Paul making certain decisions. I'm assuming the Sixers decision. Like after the Sixers decision, I just don't know what else I would be compelled to watch. But that's just me though.
If he doesn't win a championship with Philly, is his move a failure? You failed.
No, I don't think so. I mean, because on the flip side of it, what is he going to be, the third option? In a perfect world, if you're Philly, you want him to be the third or fourth option. So if that is true and they don't get it done, it's not the same as LeBron going back to Cleveland. If they don't win that championship in 2016, that's a failure. They never won. I would even argue if he didn't get one in LA, that would have been a failure. But he's gotten one everywhere else. But everywhere else, he wasn't 42 or however old he is now.
If he's there for 1 year and they don't win and he's like, I'm out. Okay. If he stays there for 3 or 4 years and they don't win.
Well, yeah,
failure.
three or 4 years is different.
If he's hanging on to try to win another.
No.
But he's earned, obviously, the benefit of the doubt at the very least.
Yeah. He better do it now, though, because Spurs are going to make some different moves. The Thunder are going to make some different moves. You can get out the East all you want. We know you can do that, LeBron. But
maybe. I mean, are you assuming that, they're going to do that?
Well, I'm just saying there's a good chance that they do that, but then you still have to beat whoever's in the West. That's the problem. Yeah, it ain't going to be like when LeBron was with the Heat and the Cavs. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be tougher. And even if they do that, then they still have to face who's in the West.
Doesn't it feel like the Knicks are going to be one-hit wonders? Like this year, they'll be okay.
Maybe to be a true champion, maybe. But I have a team that I have that feeling. Because, have you seen those pictures on social media? They'll say, it's crazy that one of these teams, because I think there are, 9 solid teams in the East. It says it's crazy one of these teams will not make the playoffs. And my pick, a lot of people just pick the Magic, and I think that's the right thing to do. But there is another team that I am not very high on because of the same thing that you kind of laid out, kind of one-hit wonder. Some things felt the right way for them. I have no clue what they're going to do moving forward.
Will you tell us who it is when we come right back?
Don't move and you'll find out.
All right. Also, Kyle Shanahan, get well soon. Is he the best play caller in the league? Tell you where his opponents rank him when we come back. Well, we got a lot to get to coming up on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby!
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports. To keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery from the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. When you have been injured by the fault of another, you will want advice you can trust. If you know an attorney you can trust, I hope you call that person. But if you don't, please call me. I promise I will be the attorney you can trust. Along with my partner and associates, I have been helping accident survivors recover for their injuries for over 25 years. And we can help you. There's no charge for calling, so please call us today.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait, what?
Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We got a lot of juicy items on our to-do list for this segment. Before we get to that, Jay, if you would please give us a breaking news sounder. We would appreciate that because Alan
When
has
it
some
breaks,
news.
We have it first.
It's
Sactown Sports breaking news.
What do we got, Alan, on your team?
New details have emerged. This was Whitey's idea for the breaking news, Jay, not me. But new details have emerged from the Harrison Bader scooter incident. It's worse than we thought. Now, we don't know what happened, but if you ever been in San Francisco, the marina area is where you get down a little bit, have some beverages, and the SFist is reporting. Sources have told the SFist that the scooter crash actually occurred in the Cow Hollow area around closing times at the bars around 1:50 a.m. on Sunday, July 26th, in the vicinity of Balboa Cafe at Greenwich. I've been there before, and Fillmore Streets. According to a witness, Bader's scooter crashed into a back of a San Francisco Fire Department fire engine. SF Station 16 is on that block. The wheel of which then rolled over his foot, causing major injury, and he then went to the hospital. So,
well, that's awful.
So basically, people are saying, so he shut down the bar, hopped on a scooter, and ran into a fire truck.
How about that, Jay? How about that, ball club? I didn't realize he was potentially injured that seriously, but
it's weird because the actual
fire truck runs over your foot. That's not good,
right?
For a baseball player.
Now this is the interesting thing because the SFPD, when they say non-life threatening injuries, it says, oh, okay, well that means he's gonna be okay, but it could still be serious. It's just
for a baseball player.
Exactly. So this is the department. Yeah, the department said, 32-year-old was involved in a vehicle. This is what they said they put out to the media. 32-year-old was involved in a vehicle collision riding his scooter in the Marina District and was transported to a local hospital for non-life-threatening injuries, according to statements from SFPD and SFF. So they say non-life-threatening, but that doesn't mean that his foot ain't jacked up.
Of course. Yeah.
So again, we don't know. More of this is going to come out, but people are surmising that he was out
maybe
150 in the 150 in the morning. All right, I'm done. Hops on a scooter, crashes into a fire truck.
Athletes are going to athlete. And no team can prevent them from doing that. But fairly or unfairly, it just seems like the latest indication that this organization just doesn't have a handle on things.
It's not great.
It's a bad look. The optics are bad, even though, like I say, it's not like Buster Posey's fault that Harrison Bader ran his scooter into a fire truck, but just a lot of bad look things going on for the Giants this year.
Yeah, they're going back and forth, and this is Dave, he just goes by Dave, Triple G Giants columnist for SF Gate. He asked the question, can they void his deal somehow? Someone says, somehow, this is the easiest void I've ever seen. And then Dave said, I'm assuming there probably has to be something specific about scooters in the language.
Yeah.
So they probably won't be able to just say, hey,
that was reckless and we don't like it.
Yeah, his agent would say, you didn't say anything. This is what they do. This is why they get paid. This is why they get that percentage. Hey, you didn't say anything specific about scooters that he couldn't be in the Marina District at 1:50 in the morning. Maybe you can grab me some pizza.
Maybe.
There's good pizza out there.
Right, he just does that cool marine layer, just enjoying that.
You know it's chilly out there, too.
Yeah.
Somebody said.
Like that fresh air.
Somebody said, I'm sure there's plenty of physical therapy offices open at 1:50 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So just another feather in the cap of the Giants. And there were some, not a lot, but there were some outlets saying that, hey, if he gets back, there might be a team that's, not a crazy contract. It's 2 years, but maybe a team could be talked into going to get him Bader, but
absolutely.
not now.
Mm-hmm.
So now Schmidt and Bader off the market. Now, Schmidt, obviously, completely different situation, but he's going to be Ray and Arias and get the heck out of there.
Mm-hmm. I thought you were going to rhyme. Ray and Arias.
That's tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's tomorrow. But yeah, he ran into a fire truck.
I hope he's all right. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Casey has been hanging on. Hey, Casey, what can we do for you? Casey?
He gone.
We've lost Casey. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's another thing to check off the list. Alan, you told us there's an NBA team that you think is set up to be a one-hit wonder.
I do.
We have here from 11th North. Name the Hawks. Please say the Hawks. They are so overrated. Who is the team?
It's not the Hawks.
Not the Hawks.
It's not the Knicks.
Not the Knicks.
It's not the Pistons.
Not the Pistons.
Celtics.
It's not the Celtics. I think it's the Indiana Pacers.
Oh, one-hit wonder from 2 years ago.
From 2 years. Yeah, everybody, like when I saw that visual, right, everyone said the Magic, which I agreed that the Magic probably will miss the playoffs again because I'm starting to feel like the Magic might be cursed or something.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of the Magic, who are fringe anyway, nobody would bring up the Pacers. And I think, even if Tyrese Halliburton comes back healthy, go back and look at the teams that the Pacers beat, those 2 playoff runs that they had. They got some good luck. They had some good injury luck on both those playoff runs, and now they're coming back. Halliburton getting back into the fold. I saw him with the East Bay between the legs dunk a couple days ago, but Halliburton coming back.
Zubats would be a good fit.
They got Zubats. They got to see how that looks, at least early on. I know Siakam's a dog, but outside of that, they had some good playoff runs, but go look back. I mean, the Dame Giannis thing never worked. I don't think they ever had to face them healthy. Go back and look at some of those teams they had to beat, and I wouldn't pencil them in as, oh, yeah, they're going to be a top 4 seed again, right? I do think that at the very least they could be battling. Now, maybe I'm completely way off and I'm underselling Tyrese Halliburton, but everybody's just assuming they're going to pick up where they left off, but this is not the Eastern Conference from a couple years ago.
It's going to be interesting to see if what they did so successfully 2 years ago still plays in the NBA today.
Yeah. So now I got to add to the Schmalin parlay. Raiders over, Niners over, Kings over, Pacers under.
And do you know what that is?
Whatever it is, it's too high.
You should probably check what it is first, but or be it for me.
Win total odds, here you go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I can already tell. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 43 and a half. They might get there. I was hoping for a high 4s. Can we find them at 46 somewhere? 43 and a half. I mean, ooh, that's a tough one, Whitey. For reference, the Celtics are at 49 and a half. For reference there. And the Knicks are at 51 and a half. Man, yeah, see, maybe I'm not the first one. Maybe the odds makers are already on it because 43 and a half, that is perfect. They got the Magic. Here's a good one. Magic are at 44 and a half. Yeah, leave the Pacers off. Leave them off the ticket. Unless you're feeling spicy.
What's Philly?
Philly.
And this is updated,
50
right?
50 and a half, yeah. 50 and a half. Yeah, this is as of yesterday. 50 and a half. Pacers at 43 and a half. Okay, so my take isn't crazy because Vegas is already on it. Stay away.
And is that one of the ones that has the Kings at
21? 21 and a half. You know what? If you believe in Schmalin, take that Pacers 43 and a half under.
I don't know if Keegan is going to be Pascal Siakam plus OG
take the over.
Anunoby.
Yeah, over.
Got to take the,
that's easy. You're eating. You're eating.
I think Jay and I, a couple days ago, Jay, weren't you and I going, oh?
Yeah, I'm taking it over, but I mean, by the hair on my chin.
It's tight. It is tight. Yeah, that Pacers, I didn't think they'd only be at 43 and a half. I'm still, I would have liked 46.
I have a list here before I get to it about the best offensive play callers in the NFL. I know you were looking at a list today. We were talking about this, Alan and I, before the show started. Was it Times top 100 people?
Yes.
And you were unhappy that people weren't ranked?
Yeah. Now, we'll save the take because I know Jay's going to love this one for in style, out of style.
Okay.
But
gotcha.
But we can still have this convo. Yeah, a list with no numbers? Really? I'm sitting here trying to, for in style, out of style, trying to Google, okay, well, what number is he? And Whitey, I felt like, am I tripping? Where are the numbers?
You're either in the top 100 or you're not in the top 100.
No numbers. That's a cop-out. Now that's on
the sports fan in you. I need the rankings.
Now that's on in style, out of style, on top of my initial take. No, top 100, no numbers. We don't want to make anyone mad. When someone says that, hey, yeah, oh, man, these are my top Sacramento barbecue spots in no particular order. Hate that.
Okay.
Stand on something.
Well, you'll like this because they have numbered rankings here from The Athletic, Ted Nguyen, and he has the best offensive play callers in the league.
Okay.
And in order to prepare these rankings, he talked to 8 defensive play callers and defensive assistant coaches from around the league.
I like this.
Who better to rank and analyze them than the coaches who spend days and nights scheming to stop them? Anonymously, each defensive coach ranked their top 10 play callers in the league. I compiled their rankings to determine the order and added their analysis. And number 1, last year's ranking, number 1 this year, number 1, Kyle Shanahan.
Hey, you got to respect it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
Remains the
respect
most
it.
respected play caller in the league. He's the best in the business because he can adapt better than anybody. It doesn't matter who's lining up. Whether you got Juwan Jennings, like, he's a good player, but he shouldn't be your best wideout. This is according to an AFC defensive coach. Shanahan's finding ways to get guys open and win games with no Kittle, no Juwan, no Purdy. Does an incredible job.
Again, though, feels like they're still taking shots. I mean, you take a shot at.
Who's taking shots?
Well, I'm just saying, Juwan Jennings is thinking, what do I got to do with, why you put me in it?
But that's true.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying, why am I in it?
An NFC defensive coordinator said, it's interesting with the 49ers because they don't really do anything at the line. Shanahan just calls 2 plays, and all the quarterback does is can the call. They don't adjust any protections, but he has enough answers within the play design.
Yeah.
This got a little blown out of proportion a couple years ago.
Oh,
there was
you're
a play
talking
because
about
Brock said, I can't audible out of the play. Like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I think you can fill in the blanks. So apparently Kyle Shanahan doesn't trust Brock Purdy. That was the headline.
Yeah.
So
and it's really just that's the way they call plays.
Exactly.
On the offense. Yeah.
Exactly. Which I will say is probably Shanahan is one of those types where it'll sound crazy, but there's probably certain quarterbacks that would drive him nuts that are elite. Like I've always held the thought that Josh Allen, like Shanahan, in theory, everybody would say, well, who wouldn't want Josh Allen? I feel like Josh Allen would drive Shanahan nuts.
Have you heard the Joe Burrow 49er speculation? Somebody
Lately?
Jay was a guy that you know that we had on, a football guy, and we had him on not long ago. Anyway, he was saying, look, Joe Burrow might not be there long, and next year, if he's not in Cincinnati, he might end up with the 49ers. Just looking at contractual things. And it's speculation, but it's somewhat informed speculation that may be something on the radar next year.
Now, Joe is a guy, again, it's the guys that's why I don't know that Kyle loves, I call him Mr. Irrelevant versus the Brock Star. When Brock goes Brock Star, I don't think Kyle loves it very much. I think he likes, hey, I give you the tools, just work within those tools. Now, Brock has saved Kyle a couple times for sure, but Joe is clearly a guy where he's not going to be scurrying around all over and changing the plays. He's just going to read the plays as elite as possible. So obviously that would be a great fit. My point was certain guys, the way they play, like a couple years ago, they were going crazy in the Bay because a host said, I'd rather have Brock Purdy than Lamar Jackson on the Niners. And people said, that's insane. But I understood from how Kyle does things,
right,
why they would. Brock isn't better than Lamar, but for what Kyle wants to do, Brock is probably a better fit.
There was a league, I think it's the CFL. It might have been one of those other leagues. But in this league, and I don't know if they still allow this, but very recently, the coach was allowed to talk to the quarterback through the play. Now
I feel like I think you're right on the CFL.
There's communication now that you send in the play and then that cuts off before the play.
Right.
So the coaches could tell the guy, hey, so-and-so's open. And Kyle Shanahan would love that.
Oh,
right?
he would be so
move your
annoyed.
right foot, move your left foot, move 2 inches to the left.
Yeah.
Now look over here, turn your head that way. What are you doing?
Yeah. That would be a great movie because on the very last play, kind of like in, what was it? Not Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues, where he, just Mox just does whatever play he wants. The very last play, Brock is rolling back and he takes out the earpiece.
Yeah.
And Kyle's just
steps on it.
Right before the play call. Put it in. Put it back in.
The 49ers
Wow.
off today. Hopefully Kyle's doing fine. By the way, one little footnote on, Kyle Shanahan and the accident and the delay in reporting it. Matt Barrow said this. I thought it was interesting. Matt Barrow said there was one reporter who knew about this the whole time. And he said it wasn't Tim Kawakami. So I think it had to be Schefter. Schefter's the one that broke it. Schefter is close to Mike Shanahan.
Right.
So it's neither here nor there, but when I read that, I thought it was interesting that he pointed that out, didn't say who it was. Matt Barrow's trying to protect or defend Kawakami because, Mike Florio had wondered, well, why didn't he have this? And there was only one reporter apparently who was contacted early on in this process about it. I have to think it was Schefter.
That would make the most sense, yeah.
Broke it.
Right. That would make the most sense. There are a couple names that are close with Kyle Shanahan, Mike Silver, a couple different guys, but if you want to make sure the head honcho kind of knows. It's funny that you brought this up because I had a buddy in our group chat on Instagram, and it was the clip of Shams and Rich Paul. And, I didn't know about this story or whatever. And my buddy said, I like Shams, but, can somebody explain to me, like, what the market is with the news breaking? And at first when he asked me, it was kind of hard to explain to him, but I basically just landed on when you build enough relationships and everything is going through you, there's just a level of power that you then accumulate and then you get used. It's a barter system almost. And that was the best I could do to explain it, but I only bring that up because Schefter kind of being that guy for the NFL.
Yeah, we'll give you this information if you'll help us by then massaging it
In
this way or
yeah.
saving it until then.
Right,
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Number 2 in these rankings, Sean McVay. Last year he was second, and this year he's second best offensive coordinator in the mind, or play caller in the minds of other defensive coaches around the league. Ben Johnson of the Bears is third, and we've got fourth Matt LaFleur. So we got a lot of that wide zone offensive-minded coaches on this list. Fifth is Liam Cohen, Jags. Andy Reid is sixth. Shane Steichen, local guy, Colts,
there you go,
is seventh. Josh McDaniels, eighth. And then we got Clint Kubiak, Raiders. Huh.
That's too low.
What? Last year unranked. So he's in the top 10 his first year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll work on that.
Yeah. So that's another one of these kind of, what do we say, Shanahan tree guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wide zone. Mike McDaniel, 10th. Another Shanahan.
Yeah, but I mean,
tree
you
guy.
talk about the fall from grace. Remember when he was the hottest thing since sliced bread? Number 10 now?
Maybe he's one of those guys. I know it's cliche, but, well, he's not a head coach, but he's a great coordinator. Maybe that's what he is, and now he takes over the offense in Los Angeles for the Chargers.
They need it. That might, I guess, that could be a little bit scary, but think about the Chargers. If I'm not mistaken, they still don't have that pure, and I know Ladd McConkey is nice, but feels like they still don't have that pure number one receiver.
Some felt he was limited by his quarterback in Miami and had to cut down his pass concept menu drastically. And one coach said, Mike McDaniel's run game is incredible. He does such a good job with motions and doing things you wouldn't expect after certain motions. They can make you think they're running something with the running back's first 2 steps to get your linebackers to key things, but it might end up as a different run concept. It's really hard on the eyes. It's going to look incredible with Omarion Hampton. That's what the 49ers used to do a few years ago, remember? When he was there.
Yeah. He's probably excited to, all right, well, now I got some new toys and, we can refresh this stuff, even if it's in a tougher division.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. According to defensive coaches, the top 10 play callers in the NFL, and number 1 is Kyle Shanahan.
You like McVay at 2? He's had some weird, I know they all have, even Kyle, but he's had some weird situations where it's been a little questionable when the game gets tight. I do feel like the Rams have that, and I've said this about the Niners, but they do seem to have kind of that front runner vibe, right? And when things get a little bit tight, if they haven't already ran away with it, they'll do something dumb.
Mm-hmm. I don't have an issue with it. I'm fine with him at 2.
I don't know who else I'm not putting Ben
elite.
Johnson at 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they both deserve to be at 2.
You just don't want McVay that high because you think he's the slant merchant behind.
No, he deserves more credit for making Puka Nacua look like Terrell Owens.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves more. Actually, he should be higher.
McVay's constant evolution is a common theme defensive coach, defensive coach just pointed out, he started the 13 personnel, 1 back, 3 tight ends, 1 receiver trend. He started that trend that will sweep the league next season by necessity. His 3 tight end looks forced defenses into playing base defense, which made them more predictable.
They love tight ends. They love tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
And for all those out there that do dabble a little bit, and you like Schmallen, Miles, stay away from the Rams.
Then he would call his 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 receivers, pass concepts to create mismatches against the linebackers. Brilliant.
But even fantasy, I think we can say that, Whitey. Be very careful with the Rams for fantasy players because you just don't know. They don't, I guess Puka is Puka, but outside of Puka, you just don't know who's going to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Every game could be a different guy. That's the same thing with picking up Niners players for fantasy, Whitey. You never know. Kittle might go 2 games not doing anything. They don't have these high usage dudes outside of McCaffrey. You want to take McCaffrey, cool, but gone are the days of, hey, Debo's going to get 8,000 touches.
Do you get? Oh, by the way, Debo. Do you want him back? That's a hot topic again. Debo with all the receiver injuries.
I mean, if you're the
Niners,
Niners,
he doesn't want to come for just dirt cheap.
Yeah,
he was not terrible last year. He put up some decent numbers,
right,
in DC.
Well, it was that kind of Mariota. I'm not going to throw the ball all around the field, so let me just kind of check down to Debo and I think Terry McLaurin missed some time too, so he got some opportunities.
He had 5 receptions for a touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown. They didn't run the ball nearly as much as the 49ers used to run.
Come home, D.
That's right. What do you think? Jay shaking it off.
Nah, still no?
Yesterday I was shaking it off, and then I looked up his numbers from last year. He's like,
Yeah, it's no more wide back stuff.
Right.
He's just kind of your check. I mean, if you bring him in to be your check down guy, what's the problem? If you're all on the same page, hey, Debo, you're kind of our
That's the thing I wonder about.
Emergency.
I'm not. What do you think I am?
That's
you
what
disrespected me when I was here.
Right.
Now you want to disrespect me to bring me back? Nothing doing, buddy.
That's what it was, with Jimmy, kind of the escape valve. If anything, didn't work. But I think the big thing that happened with Debo, what kind of sealed his fate, was really when they got Christian McCaffrey. When they got Christian McCaffrey, we can just check down to Christian McCaffrey. We don't need you to do the wide back thing. We don't need you to, just hang out in case Jim. We have Brock who can actually throw, no disrespect to Jimmy, and we have Christian McCaffrey. So even when Brock doesn't have somebody, he's got one of the best receiving running backs that we've ever seen. So Debo just didn't really have a role. So this season, he could still be the escape valve, but it wouldn't be the same because you still have McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Dribbling! Hey, I saw this one. I can't wait because, y'all like to get on me about being a delirious Giants fan, okay? All of that. Tell me why I see, hey, it was some Niners account. Is it me or does Stribling look like he's running at a different pace than everybody else? It's starting.
Every camp right now, somebody's saying that.
Yeah, they're not. It's a little different.
No, it ain't.
Wait.
Stop
You
trying to
saw
make
Whitey.
something out of that.
McCaffrey looks quicker. Oh, the first 33-year-old to look quick.
I saw Bosa day one. He looks better than he's ever looked.
He looks
I
fit.
also saw somebody, and I think it might have been somebody writing out of Dallas, talking about how Stribling was a bust after his first day. And I was looking, and it's because one of the Cowboy receivers said, the way he picks up his left foot on his route, it's like you can't run a route that way. It's like, well, he showed some of the tendencies that might make him a bust, as many people said.
Wait,
so,
a Cowboy receiver was talking about Stribling?
I believe so, yeah.
Why?
I guess somebody asked him. Maybe it was a former Cowboy receiver. It was just, I was like, what?
Right.
They're calling him a bust after
I said it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
This is camp talk.
No. The Raiders, we're very
stop
realistic. We're not sitting there. Hey, is Stribling running at 2x speed?
Yeah, you are. I guarantee right now, if I put Raiders camp in, there's somebody saying a 4th-string defensive end right now, spectacular.
No,
on.
Jay, you should have heard me last year. This brother Dante Thornton Jr. he flies. I've never seen anything like him. Jay, I was convinced.
Is Dante still on the roster?
He is.
Okay.
He is, but I think he had last season, he had 10 catches. 10 catches last season, but you couldn't tell me nothing. I think he had ran one of the fastest 40s at that size since Jerry or T.O. or somebody, and everybody said, no, this is the guy.
Would you please read this headline for me, Alan? This is what I saw. This is from the 27th.
It took one day of camp for DeJon Stribling to show 49ers possible bust potential.
And that's from Niner Noise.
Yeah, Niner Noise, all right. Who
it's
is
that time of the year, man?
Zane Selfman?
Zane Gelfman.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm. And it was Dez Bryant.
Dez?
Former Cowboy Dez
he would
Bryant.
know. Hey, we got to listen to these former players, man.
His outside foot being up is why he rolled into the route instead of sticking it. I need my wide receivers to stick and cross the defender's face violently, especially if we're running and breaking routes. The minor details make the biggest impact.
Yeah, I think he's got something there. You know, I'm going to defer to somebody who played in the league for a very long time.
Can we not teach him that, though? Or is it's over? You can't teach him.
I think you're kind of who you are at this point in your career.
21, you are who you are.
Who you are.
I was feeling pretty good about that selection.
No, I think Dez, he's got no reason to speak like that.
You're right.
No reason at all.
Mm-hmm. How much grace does a successful team owner deserve when the team starts falling apart?
Finally!
Did I set that up?
Can we finally do it? You told me we were doing it yesterday. It's my time now.
No, you told me we were doing it yesterday.
And we didn't do it.
We didn't.
And you're going to find a way to avoid it this time.
No, it's next.
All right.
We'll see. Coming up on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Elk Grove Honda.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Thursday. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy. It's going to be pretty toasty, though, as temperatures soar today into the upper 90s. We'll drop it back into the low 60s overnight tonight with that refreshing breeze, but a hotter day ahead Friday, highs to peak at about 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Cheap, cheap. That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. For more than 50 years, Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. You'll find us under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard. Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo.
Brought to you by Hyatt Vacation Club and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITPFest.com.
This is TV's Dr. Travis Stork for Eggland's Best Eggs. Eggs are a staple in our diets, and there's only one egg with more delicious farm fresh taste, plus superior nutrition. Eggland's Best. With more vitamins, including 6 times more vitamin D and 10 times more vitamin E, plus 25% less saturated fat than ordinary eggs. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
There she goes, our baby.
Are we ready for this?
You added her to your AAA auto policy. With 24/7 claim support, she's covered.
Our AAA agent, you're here too?
We're always here for you. Visit AAA.com/insurance to get a quote today.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, I'm going to do my best to carry on here, try to be professional. It's not easy, though. I just found out Blimpies is shut down. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I guess they ain't been around for a while.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even in my top 5 for sandwich spots.
You don't have to rub it in.
You used to get down?
Knew some people that, own the Blimpies franchise.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, I would like it too.
I got to tell you, before we get to your ownership and how much grace they deserve thing. Years ago, my brother Chris, and he's no longer with us, unfortunately. Rest in peace, my brother Chris. But he was out here because my mom we were visiting my mom. And I took him for lunch, went to Subway in Vallejo. And he was in New York. He'd been in New York for a long time, in Florida. And I don't think he'd ever been to a place like that before.
Right.
He'd been to like the delis in New York or something. I don't know. So it's like, he didn't know what to do. I said, you pick your bread and you pick your meat. He's like, okay, give me this bread. And then they get to the cheese. What kind of cheese do you want? He's like, what? And I said, you got to pick your cheese. And he says to the lady behind the counter, he goes, Munster. And she goes, what? I said, they don't have Munster cheese at Subway.
Well, American, cheddar, pepper jack,
maybe Swiss. Yeah.
Provolone.
But they're not
provolone.
Sure. He wanted the Munster.
Hey, man.
No.
Good taste.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting that.
No. So, anyway, rest in peace, Chris. What do you got for us, Alan?
Well, so a lot of people have been talking about the Warriors and the conversation about Joe Lacob, and things are coming out. This was from our guy, Anthony Slater. The Warriors are just fine running it back, this kind of older 37-win core, and understanding they're not necessarily a part of the title conversation. He also had a conversation with Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr is saying a lot of the same things that he said last year, right? Hey, we got to understand where you are in the league, and we don't want to mortgage the future. A future that Steve Kerr is not even a part of, which is funny to me, right? So he's not going to be a part of it. Steph is going to retire at some point, and all of them are lockstep saying the same thing. Brett Siegel is reporting that Steph is not going to request a trade. They're working towards an extension once he's eligible after August 6th. There's a different conversation to be had about Steph just being okay with his life and wanting to get paid, but we'll put that to the side for now. So David Dennis Jr. From the Four Letter Network, he went, if I'm not mistaken, he also went to Davidson. So he rides for Steph Curry. Would love to have him on. He always rides for Steph Curry when you've seen him on when the Around the Horn was going, and now he does other stuff for ESPN. So he quote tweets Anthony Slater, and he says, Joe Lacob doesn't deserve to have a star player play for any organization he's a part of for the rest of his life.
Whoa.
That's what David Dennis Jr. says. Then he starts to double down a little bit and says, every single franchise that loses its best player ever stinks for at least a decade after. It quite literally always happens, and Joe Lacob thinking he can be the one exception is the type of billionaire hubris that ruins organizations. Such a massive, unforced disaster. Now, what's going on in the Bay right now? We've seen our guy Bonte Hill going back and forth with fans. I saw Sam Amick was on one of the Bay Area stations saying, hey, nobody's going to feel bad for the Warriors or Warriors fans outside of the Bay Area. So there's been this interesting collision or debate between national media saying they need to do more for Steph. I saw Rachel Nichols going off on the Warriors, and you have local media saying, hey, well, the Warriors have done so much already, they should get a little bit of grace. And Warriors fans are kind of landing on, who cares, right? This is your best player ever. You're supposed to maximize it. So the conversation that kind of blossomed for me is, where is that line, right? And we can bring it back to the Kings if we want. Obviously, it's been a little bit different, but just the idea of Lacob, they were in the luxury tax for years. They were paying all this money when they had Kevin Durant. They've never shied away. They paid Clay.
They changed the rules of the CBA to prevent the Warriors from giving their players as much money as they wanted to give them. Right.
They paid Clay, even though he got injured because he was still up for it. All these things. So as a fan, 4 championships later, the question becomes, and it's not just a King or Warriors question, it's a question just in general, how much grace do you give an owner if you've seen that type of success? And there's so many teams, right? Think about a Kings fan right now, trying to level with the Warriors fan. It's almost like a person that makes $30,000 a year, right? Trying to have a conversation with somebody who makes $120,000 a year, but the person who makes $120,000 is mad because, oh, my coworker makes $200,000. And I deserve this. Maybe you do, but you're talking to people that are making not even close to that. So I just found the whole thing fascinating because Warriors fans do not give a bleep about what Joe Lacob has done in the past, and they're still saying, but your job is not done yet. Now, the reason I tend to side with national media and fans is simply because there is no exit strategy. Right? If they had Caleb Wilson and they luck out and they jump into the top 4 and, hey, we're preparing for something else, that'd be one thing. But you're not mortgaging the future, especially with these flattened odds, and you don't even know what you're not mortgaging it for. The next 2-3 drafts are supposed to stink. So chances of you're not finding another Steph Curry. Let's start there. So that's my problem with it, but I'm curious how everybody else feels about going after Joe Lacob when you've enjoyed 4 championships over, a little over a decade, but now because things aren't ending the way you want it to end, now Joe Lacob is a bum and people Warriors fans want to get him out of here. Where should people fall on that, and where do you fall on that?
Do you think that also may apply in a way, that same question, to what's going on with the 49ers, who've been successful but haven't actually won a Super Bowl?
Probably, but even still, at least it's tough because they haven't got over the hump, so they have more of a gripe. The Warriors did 4 times. And like you said, they changed the rules because Joe was opening up his wallet so much.
Yeah, I have the answer, and it's simple, and we'll share that with you next. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center for your Thursday. Plenty of sunshine to enjoy. It's going to be pretty toasty, though, as temperatures soar today into the upper 90s. We'll drop it back into the low 60s overnight tonight with that refreshing breeze, but a hotter day ahead Friday, highs to peak at about 100 degrees. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Oh, the Sacramento heat. Right now, get your AC professionally tuned up for as low as just $59 and enjoy your summer nice and cool. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Summer restrictions apply. License 696-355.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip, if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
So, hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow! Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Get as loud as you can for Monster Jam!
The one and only Monster Jam. Packed with stunts, smiles, and jaw-dropping skills. See the world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks. Like Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Only at Monster Jam. Coming to Golden One Center August 15th and 16th. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Morgan & Morgan. Specially priced Saturday night tickets available.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles
on Sactown Sports 1140.
Before we answer Alan's question, just a quick thanks to Crumble Cookies. They came in this morning and they brought in a lot of cookies. There are still some cookies around here.
Yeah, it's kind of struggle bussing.
I'm sorry?
Kind of stragglers.
Well, there are still some left. They brought them in this morning. It's not their fault that...
No, it's not their fault. Shout out
There's some
Crumble
really
Chris.
nice cookies left here, and I appreciate them bringing them by.
Crumble Chris, if you're listening, I need a new hoodie. I need a new Crumble cookie hoodie.
Ooh, is it pink? Pink and black?
White with the pink writing on the...
Oh, that's cold.
Yeah.
My Crumble Chris.
Yeah. Hey,
Part
slide us something.
I thought it was interesting when Kayla finished her show, and she's like, "Oh, here, Alan, do you want these cookies?" And she had like a
mountain. Well, the thing is, it's so
I'm
dang big.
probably not going to eat these.
I think it was
oh
just
my goodness,
1.5, but it looked like the whole thing.
Yeah.
She said, "Here, Alan, I'm not going to eat these." And I said, "Oh, it's the s'mores one. I don't really like marshmallow like that." And then when we were walking out, she said, "Okay." She had that plate. She's like, "I'm not going to let it go to waste."
Yeah.
It was a full cookie though.
Yeah.
Because all we got left. Oh yeah, at the next break, I'm going to try this. I'll give a review because I know everybody needs to know. I got to try this. I'll just do it now. I need to try that Flamin' Hot Cheeto cookie.
Is that what it is?
I'm going to try it now.
Okay.
I'm going to try it.
Yeah. Do you want me to answer your question first? Or you want to do this first?
I'm going to do this.
You're going to do this first. All right. Describe that for those who are
the
listening.
Cheeto?
It's got. Is that the one that has a slice of lime on top of it?
Yes, it's cream, and I don't know, Crumble Chris. Am I supposed to squeeze the lime? So I told y'all I love Flamin' Hot Cheetos, right? And I saw this on social media. I didn't know if it was true or not. So it's hot Cheetos. I don't know. Should I?
It just looks like
like a sugar
regular
base?
cookie, and it has red on top of it, like red, kind of like sprinkles. A lot
All
of
right,
them.
I squeezed some lime on it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Cheeto dust.
What do you think, Alan?
The lime, it kind of tastes like lemon meringue or key lime pie. Like key lime pie with a little kick.
Yeah, because key lime pie doesn't have any kick.
No, well, it also doesn't have hot Cheetos on it.
Well, I know, so.
And I don't even know if these are actually hot
Get
Cheetos.
an idea of the the balance there.
No, it is definitely hot Cheetos.
The ratio.
I actually kind of messed with it a little bit.
What's the cookie base? Is it sugar?
It's sugar cookie.
Sugar.
Yeah, or maybe it's lemon. It's not bad. I couldn't, I'm not going to house 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do that with crumble cookies anyway. But it's not bad, Whitey. Another pin.
Anytime you start saying like that, it's tasty.
Lime on there.
No, I kind of mess with it.
Like a lemon or a regular sugar cookie, and then it's got all the Cheeto.
I like this.
Okay. Is there a frosting on there between the Cheetos and the cookies?
Yes, there's cream cheese frosting.
Cream cheese. Oh, I see.
No, I like that. That's good.
Okay.
That's actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. Now I got, a little Cheeto. All right, back to the action.
Yeah, spicy question you had.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think I know what you're going to say. I think I know how you're going to answer it.
So you're wondering about how much grace an owner deserves when that owner has won championships, but then things have fallen apart, right? Long story short.
Yeah, or they make a decision that most fans don't agree with, and this decision being, hey, we're not giving up picks to get Steph any more help. They could make the argument that was our Jimmy Butler trade. We made a move with Jimmy, and we're cool with what we've done so far.
There's 2 reasons to be upset with your front office. Basically, essentially 2 reasons. One is they're cheap, they're not spending the money. 2 is they're not doing it right. The Warriors clearly have not been cheap. But at the same time, they are in a real predicament here because they made a series of decisions that didn't go well.
Right.
Yeah, and they've doubled down on the aging roster, double down. So, fans you don't get a break, right? You don't get cheaper tickets or anything. So that's just part of being a fan. But at least it's better knowing that your team really, truly wants to win. all the franchises and ownership, they all talk about, we got to win, you got to win, you got to win. We want to win, we want to win. It's not always true necessarily. At least, the Warriors do want to win. They're trying. They've just kind of botched things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've hit their limit.
And it is difficult when you win a championship because of the way leagues are set up through the draft and everything. They're trying to make it even for the lesser teams to catch up, although the NBA is figuring out how to do that. It is hard to stay on top, and they're struggling with that.
Yeah.
And now they're in, one of those situations where it looks like, the other Nike may fall here. They might be bad for a while.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. And I think that's David Dennis's point. They're trying to avoid it, but they're still not going to avoid it. And that's my point, too. If you're trying to avoid it, that means that you feel like you already have someone to avoid it. Or even if you gave up what you gave up and it's for a Trey Murphy and it's, okay, we think this guy could be the next guy, but they're not doing anything.
One of the things that I think fans in this area dislike about the Warriors, obviously there's a natural rivalry, but the Warriors have been kind of arrogant. And fans here don't like it. Fans around the country don't like it. And their owner has been pretty arrogant, with the we're light years ahead of everybody else. So people don't like that. And then when you're saying that, when you're not even really implying, but saying, we're smarter than everybody else, and then you're in this predicament, people are going to go, what? Look at that.
Yeah.
What were you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, and I think part of this pushback on Joe Lacob and the Warriors for all the success they've had is he's kind of promoted this notion that teams rebuild, we don't have to rebuild. We can stay good. You watch.
Which is so funny because, again, with who?
Yeah, and that's where they are. It's like, well, no, you failed. You had a shot at it, and you failed. So I can understand how. And also, that's the Warriors have been so good for so long. I actually was part of I used to do the pre and post that year when they were terrible, when they went 15 games.
With Kai Bowman.
It was awful.
Yeah.
So now Warrior fans are looking at that after, years and years of thinking this could be a championship team, and they won that one in 22, and now it's like, oh my goodness, this whole thing could be ending.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, people love Steph, but like I said, Brett Siegel is reporting that Steph is not going to ask for a trade, at least not as of right now. And
it'd be on brand for him to stick it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here's the other part too. Everybody was getting on LeBron. Is LeBron going to take a pay cut? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Both sides are motivated to get an extension done when he's eligible August 6th. That's what Brett says. Steph is not taking a pay cut. And I know we had said we would, chat about it as well, but Steph got 4 rings. They open a new restaurant every other week. He golfs. He's got his whole, he's got his 4 kiddos. He's got his whole life set up. His legacy is cemented. He doesn't got to deal with the Kevin Durant. He jumped around, or the LeBron, you'll never be MJ. There's a real chance that Steph is just good with where he's at. And he can't say that.
That's one thing they've done right, I think. I was doing a show with somebody in the Bay Area, and I think it was 21, and this person was saying, they got to move off of Steph now. Now's the time. And I was like, are you out of your mind?
Right.
So I know right now they're not in a good spot, but I think sticking with him and trying to maximize the time they had with Steph, they did win the one championship. I think that was smart because as we learned here when the Kings had Weber and Vlade and that team, you don't replace those guys. And you think, well, we get lucky, we do this, we do that. But those truly transcendent players, if you have them, keep them because you ain't going to replace them.
But that's what everybody is saying, Whitey, that they're not done. That job isn't done. And because he's still playing, he averaged 26.6 points per game last season on 39% from 3. He's still playing at a high level, and it's almost as if the Warriors say, yeah, we're good. We did it. And now, Steph is in that second part of his career, like with Kobe at the end of his career, but he's not that. He still could be at that level. So that's where the separation is happening.
Some of it I think they asked for. They just didn't do it right. They failed. They fumbled the whole 2-timeline thing. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We have time for TC here, Jay. Should we get him to hang on? A little bit up against it. Yeah, hang on, TC. We'll get back to you. So that's where I think that is. As far as the 49ers go, that's an interesting philosophical debate to me over, Do you want to be like the Rams, like we're going to go for it, and then we'll, dig out of that hole if there's a hole, win or lose? And the Niners seem like organizationally they more want to be really good every year more than we want to go all in on 1 year.
Exactly.
And then pay the price for that.
They want to keep butts in them seats.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, the faithful, those couple years when y'all were bad, them Seagulls came over from Oracle.
Stop all
They flew on out there from Oracle.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Seagull at Levi's.
No, I've seen a couple. Those thin years. They
what
don't
years
want
we
that.
Talking?
Those pre-Shanahan years.
It was
pretty desolate.
Yeah.
Tom Sula joint.
Tom Sula.
Uh-huh.
The faithful. Where you at?
Chip Kelly.
Chip. I was thinking, where they at? Where are they? So they don't want that again, White.
No.
They're almost Niners are kind of a souped-up version of the Giants in a way. They do more. They've done more than the Giants, but we're good. Mm-hmm. We're solid right there.
Yeah, we're a little insulated from it here a little bit because, it is Sacramento, but there's a lot of fans here that are fans of the Bay Area teams, and that whole thing could be headed for a downward cycle.
Just in general, the whole group of them?
Yeah.
They had, it was a heck of a run.
Yeah.
Now,
and the 49ers look like, they're still in fine shape.
You know who's going to save them?
I don't.
Celebrini.
Oh, that's right.
And the Sharks. They always got somebody.
Yeah.
They always got somebody.
Mm-hmm. When we come back, the Kings just got a nice grade for their offseason dealings. We'll look at that. Don't forget, Jerry Reynolds coming up at 5. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports. Please don't go away.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net. Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then, you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Congratulations to the baseball fan who just pulled a very rare baseball card. There's some cards out now. Topps Chrome, the new Topps Chrome. They're beautiful cards. And one of the chase cards in the set, the chase card. It's a card with the patches from Ohtani's last 2 MVP seasons in the card. He's worn them each of the last 2 MVP seasons, and he autographed the card. And so it's only one. It's a 1 of 1. And somebody pulled it somewhere in Florida, and they sold it. And the person who sold it said, I spent more than $10 million on it. So we're not sure how much, but it was $10 million for this one card.
So help me out here.
Yeah.
These are normal packs or specialized?
I'm not entirely sure if he got it from, but theoretically it was available in any pack. It wasn't like, you got to get one of these to have a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the more you pay, the fancier the box, I guess, the better your chance. And I'm not sure, but it may have been just like, yeah, he went to the card shop. Give me a box of Topps Chrome. Okay. Hey, here's a card worth $10 million. Oh, good for you.
So it could have been in one of those Kings. What is it? The Kings cards. You know, they got them at Sutter Health and they got them at Golden
maybe.
One.
Obviously, it wasn't, but theoretically, maybe. Yeah.
So yeah, my one. Yeah, I wonder how often they refresh those bad boys.
Well, I think the one you're talking about might be Emron might run that, so I could actually find that out for you.
You know how often?
And that's an arena.
There's one in the arena.
Like every week.
He doesn't do that one. Yeah.
They have one at Sutter Health now too.
Yeah, they do it like every week. I've actually talked to Emron about it. He goes in like once a week and redoes it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Emron, I need another pack, man. $10 million. $10 million.
Yeah.
See, this is what is.
But don't think that you can just go to Barnes & Noble and get a pack of cards, because this is like a 1 of 1. And somebody found it.
Someone got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I gave you some cards that'll be worth close to that.
So are you sitting there pulling them with gloves on just in case?
I think a card like that, I mean, you can.
It doesn't
but
really
a card
matter.
Like that, it's not like, oh, it's worthless now because you
touched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is 1 of 1. I think one of the autographs is even in Japanese writing. So
man,
beautiful card.
What else? Where's a website I can see what else floating around? I don't need 10 milli. I'll take 2. I'll take a cool 2 milli.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be something out there, man.
Yeah. Then you gotta get the card graded. Speaking of grades, the Kings.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a 3.8.
The Kings just received a very good grade for their offseason. We'll look at that in just a second. First, TC has been hanging on, so it's time for Check It with TC. TC, are you vibing today?
Man, I'm vibing, bro. Hey, I'm good. Alan Whitey, what's up?
What's up, TC?
Good to talk with you.
Man, listen, it's good, bro. Hey, it's just been a minute. I ain't called in. Hey, I heard it earlier, y'all. Hey, my boys got upset. I called in to Kayla, man. It's good. Hey,
it is good.
I tapped in. I'm pretty sure they was. Hey, I'm pretty sure Matt and them was mad too when I was calling. They like TC. It's good, bro. Don't even trip. We all good, bro.
Yeah.
It ain't your animosity. It's all good. But my call was, it might sound like I'm getting at y'all, bro, but I'm not. I'm honestly asking. First and foremost, Kings fans, in my opinion, I believe that we're the most intelligent fans in the league. Not only the most diehard fans in the league. So to come on and be like, the fans, we as fans, Whitey, we latch on to everything. Yes, because we're intelligent.
Yes.
We catch on to a lot of things. And we try to decipher through all the BS. That's what kind of smart fans do, right? Also, I'm not going to name drop, but it can't be like this all the time. I'm not saying it is, but it can be if reporting is not coming from 1140 or coming from you guys, Whitey Allen. It can't just be like it's BS.
No, of course not.
This is a BS report.
Of course
you
not.
can't believe it because it's not coming from us. And if any other reporter drops anything about the Kings, it's BS. Don't latch onto it. We can't keep doing that.
But
No,
that's not what we're not doing that, TC.
And I'll also say that if something comes out that I think is BS and it comes from someone at this station, I will point that out as well.
Honestly, Whitey, you did. But I'm just saying, because this is like the third time I've seen some reporting, and I'm like, it just can't be BS if it was reported and it was said a certain way.
But TC, those reports that we called out were wrong. They were wrong. The Kuminga was wrong. The Duren was wrong. They were all wrong.
This was saying, watch out for it, and we were deciphering for it. And as fans, we come on and talk about it like, hey, this could be the right thing. We might want to make this move. And when we come on and talk about it, it doesn't have to be shut down and say it wasn't wrong. We honestly, Alan, we don't know if it was right or wrong. And I know you guys are plugged in. We're just saying it's wrong because it never happened. We don't know if behind the wall these conversations was really happening. And that was really said. We can't just, to me, that's what it seems like. It seems like when other reporting is coming out other than 1140, it seems like it's just hummed about. And it's like it's BS and don't believe in it. And I'm just not with that, bro, as a Kings fan. Nothing against you guys, bro. It's just I'm not going to be like, it's not coming from Sports 1140, so I'm not going to believe it.
All right.
I'm not going to do that, bro.
You shouldn't do that. We don't do that either. There's a lot of reporting that comes out about the Kings that we do not present. That's excellent. So that is not our view either. I assure you.
That's all I got, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
That's how I felt, bro. And listen, that's how I felt, and I had to call and talk about it. That's all.
I'm glad you did. Thank you, TC. Yeah. That is not the point of anything I said. Definitely not.
What you say then, Whitey?
What I said is I think sometimes things get twisted, and I think there's this vacuum, and I think information that is not really substantial ends up getting blown out of proportion. Sometimes it's not even the fault of the person that may have said it, as I think is the case here. And it just frustrates me because I think fans, in a way, and you're right, TC, we have smart fans. Fans get kind of sometimes tricked or, into buying into, what's going on with this? And someone's like, no, there's nothing going on there. When I see those instances, I try to point those out because I think it's unfair to fans to be lied to is too harsh of a term, but I think sometimes there's some almost deception going on. And it frustrates me because I think fans, and it's where the information comes from someone else or someone else at the station or Alan or anybody. I feel like that's part of, maybe it's just me. I feel like that's part of my job. If something like that is out there and it's like, there's nothing to see here, I take it upon myself to point that out to fans. Like, hey, there's nothing to this. This is really snowballing, but it's really something that's nothing. So that's my point, TC, not to attack any individual person who may or may not be reporting things.
When it comes out that there was actually a report, I don't know how often we've said, hey, this is wrong, right? I don't know that I have ever got on this mic. I don't know that you've ever got on this mic, Whitey, and said, hey, that report is wrong, right? Today, you said, I don't think the Kings are going to buy out Zach LaVine. So that is not disputing what James Ham said because James Ham never said the Kings were going to buy him out.
Right.
So that's not an argument against a report because there was no report.
Things got aggregated and fans get misled. That's the best word I could use to describe it.
Right.
That's what I feel. I take it upon myself to try to point that out. Not to take shots at other people, but for the benefit of fans. I know as a fan, when you sort through things sometimes like, what's going on? What's real? So that's what I was trying to do.
If somebody comes in,
I'll do it again.
Right. Going back to the Ja Morant thing, because that started a lot. That's why we didn't hear from TC for a bit. Going back to the Ja Morant thing. Hey, the Kings are, there might be a conversation. The Kings had a conversation. When was that, Whitey? During the near the trade deadline. Hey, if you want to give us something in return, then we'll have a conversation. Nothing changed. It came back up. It resurfaced because it was quiet time in Sacramento in the NBA a couple months ago, and you said, Whitey, I don't believe there is anything to see here. But there, again, was never a report that the Kings were interested.
And I had no problem with anything TC said about it or not.
Right.
Yeah, and no problem with anything
but
TC
we're not turning on the mic arguing reports. We're turning on the mic saying that this is an aggregation, and whatever this aggregation is, I'm disagreeing with what it has now become.
Yeah.
Right? We have never come on and said, yeah, that person's wrong. We've never said that because half the time what it gets aggregated to is not what it originally was to begin with. I mentioned the Jalen Duren thing, right? Now, the Kuminga thing, people did say, I wouldn't be surprised if he was here over the weekend. And we didn't dispute that. And that was before I was on this show, Whitey. We didn't dispute that. I came on and said, I thought he was going to be here, right? That nobody else said to say that. That was just us pointing out, well, it didn't happen. The Jalen Duren thing, again, the report wasn't, hey, the Kings are, the interest or not. All we said, and we had people on that said, it doesn't matter if Jalen Duren wants to come to Sacramento. So
or
again,
if the Kings want him.
Or if the Kings want him. So we're not disputing reports and saying that person's wrong because it didn't come from here. We're disputing aggregation. And on the flip side, if you get something wrong, why wouldn't we say, hey, that didn't happen? So there's just no, I just don't like the idea of we don't like it because it didn't come from 1140. It didn't come from anywhere. It got aggregated and got twisted and evolved like a Pokemon.
It came out of thin air.
But it didn't. And I get what you're saying, but it did. I would say this, fellas, and not to go down the weeds.
We're in the weeds. Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, well, you might be right.
A little bit,
Pull out the weed whacker, right?
Here we are, yeah.
Part of going back to a lot of discussions that we have on this show, and quite frankly, every show, every podcast out there, is the reporting versus opinion. Right? A lot of times, and I think this is what you're saying, Whitey, and I'm just trying to generalize and and you did a great job of explaining what it is, but I'm going to try to do it a little bit more in layman terms. Sometimes opinions get put out as reports, and sometimes reports turns into opinions, and it's like, and like you said, and we just had this issue, or not an issue, we just had this circumstance happen yesterday. You guys talked about the 49ers, where reporters were talking about the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan, head coach, called in all the reporters, all of them. Anybody that was here had the opportunity to come in and listen to Kyle Shanahan. And then one reporter said, I had the opportunity to speak with Kyle Shanahan. So they're both the same.
Yeah.
They're definitely the same. That person just did a great job in the fact of steering it towards I did it, or if you weren't reading into it, or if you're not in the know of believing he might have had the one-on-one, he or her had the one-on-one. Yeah. So it's more like this. Stop falling for the banana in the tailpipe all the time. And I think that's what you're saying, Whitey, is every opinion or report is not something unless it's really something. Like it has to have some type of, backing to it, right?
Yeah.
It's difficult.
The aggregation, what's going on with aggregation, and that becomes an umbrella term that's just easy to blame it. Like, analytics are terrible. Aggregation is terrible. But what goes on when something gets said and then someone takes it out of context and then posts it somewhere? And I think that's very misleading for fans.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
And in the tailpipe effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened here. James Ham said something, and it got aggregated, and to me it became something that he didn't say, and to me it's like, that's misleading to fans, and I don't like that, and I'm going to point that out.
Yes, and to the point of the report versus opinion, and it's not about who's at 1140, who's not. The Ja Morant stuff, a lot of that stuff was here, and our boss made a promo out of it, and that was internal. So it wasn't about, it came from this or that place. That was Whitey feeling the way he felt about it just in general. But if we disagree, if it's report versus opinion, and there is an opinion out there, and we disagree with the opinion, that is not us saying, well, this report doesn't matter.
Right.
That is us disagreeing with an opinion, which is our right. And it's not just, well, we disagree with anybody from 1140. Whitey and I disagree with everybody in general at 1140.
With each other.
With each other.
Yeah.
So
all the time.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
This ain't kumbaya. We ain't, just because it doesn't come from this table doesn't mean that it's not okay. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or F. If you don't like it, don't like it.
Pardon me, Jay. I appreciate TC letting us know how he feels.
Right.
I'm glad he did.
I just don't want it coming off like, here's
It's
a
not
report
that.
and we're going to poo-poo it because it didn't come from us. When you show me a report, then we'll have that. But we're not even talking about reports. We're talking about opinions and aggregated opinions that we are, just like you are, TC, or anybody, we can have our thoughts on those opinions. We can agree or disagree, but nobody is coming on these airwaves saying, hey, this report came out and it's not, we have never said a report is not true. We have talked about reports and said, oh, I don't know, if that's going to happen or not, but we have never turned on these mics and said that report is not true because X, Y, and Z. We always wait it out.
We got one reporter in the chat, kind of like, I'm not saying anything, but we understand that too. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not even about when, TC, we were going back and forth. It's not even about a report being wrong. It's that we haven't really had that many reports. Even the Chris Haynes, Jalen Duren thing. I don't know, Jay. Was that even a report that he has interest in Sacramento? Because
it was.
It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not that the report was wrong. So I misspoke when TC was on the line. It's not that the report was wrong because Chris Haynes has been doing this a long time. It's that the context got twisted into that sounding like it actually mattered when it didn't. So it wasn't technically wrong. It just ... didn't matter.
But Whitey does a great job of saying this all the time, is you don't have to follow something 1,000%. Sometimes it's okay to read it and be like, yeah, okay, that's the report. But as Whitey says, we tend to get attached in that to where it's the biggest thing ever, and that's the scary part about it. It could be one little small opinion. Like right now, Alan, you could say something about the Giants and it might blow up. And it could be your opinion. Or it could be something that is super small. That's why I always play, like when we talk about playing the breaking news. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Right.
That's a good example. It's like, how big of a breaking news is it to me versus you versus Alan versus Whitey versus Ramsey versus TC? And that's what Whitey always says is, we catch one little thing, it could be a little thing, and then it spreads like wildfire. And now it's a big thing. And in reality, what's wrong with saying, you know what, I would love to go play in Sacramento? Now, to me, that's what Chris Haynes said. Jalen Duren will be open to playing in Sacramento. But the way it was portrayed as is like, that's where he wants to be, and this is where he's got to go, and he won't play anywhere else, and he's only accepting money, and that's how people took it. It's like, in reality, that's not what was reported.
Yes. Yeah.
And here we are. Yeah. How have the Kings done in this offseason? We have
that was fun, by the way.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That gets me. Let me check my Apple Watch. Hold on. Oh, yeah. We right there. 90 BPM.
I'm glad TC mentioned this.
That's normal for you, man.
I'm glad we were able to say, no. That's not what we're doing. But it's a fair question. Of course it's a fair question. How'd the Kings grade out here in their off-season?
First of all, you got to say who it's from.
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, give them who was the writer on this one. Give them their just due.
Let me guess. I'm going to go.
I'm going Buckley.
I'm going Schwartz.
If it's Buckley, we cutting it off.
I'm going Schwartz on this one.
Give me Schwartz.
Gonna scroll up here.
Come on, Whitey.
Probably gonna say staff or something.
I didn't know we were gonna.
Come on, Whitey. You got to give just due. These guys work hard, and they're at the table too. There we go. We're there now.
Andy Bay.
Come on, Andy.
AB.
Let me text him. Great work, my guy.
You don't have to. You were in the meeting today.
That's right.
Yesterday, Alan said, hey, we should, this is something we can do. And initially I was like, another one of these, we've had all the grades for the midseason grades, and I assumed they're going to get a C, and I felt like we've already done that. This is a little better than that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's off season.
Yeah.
Also,
Jay, how about this? Alan did something yesterday, kind of sneaky. I'm fine with it. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be talking about it here.
I know what you're going to say.
He had something that's like, well, we could do this. And I said, yeah, I don't know if we should do that. We're going to talk about it. It's like, I don't know if we do it. And then during the crossover, he teased it. In other words, like, oh, we're doing it. I was like, wait.
It might come up throughout the day. It's a long day.
Ooh.
It's a long day. I didn't even remember that.
Okay, I guess we are doing that.
I didn't even remember that. I just, I was just talking. I thought we were on one accord.
We are. We always are. Yeah.
I knew you liked that, though.
And we don't always do what I want to do. Alan sometimes like, do what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Do whatever you want. So
I had to, that one was for you. Just to make sure, I knew you were on the fence, and I figured if I said it and Kayla said, ooh, that sounds like a good conversation, then it would take you over the edge.
Yeah, we did it. It was
good.
good.
It was great. No, probably the best segment this week so far. Top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Outside this one with TC.
It's definitely on the list of segments we did this week.
At the top. Towards the top.
Right.
It goes TC segment.
Well, it's kind of like the top 100 in time.
Yeah,
Like,
no
they're not
numbers.
ranked. They're just all up.
Yeah,
around
don't
there.
tick me off.
Yeah.
Don't tick me
So
off.
how'd the Kings do? What's the grade?
Very similar to my report card, Whitey. The Kings got a B-.
That's probably the best I've seen.
Yeah.
For their
what else
off-season.
what else are they gonna get?
C. Everyone's giving them a C or a C-.
But they deserve a B-.
Why do they deserve a B-?
Because I'm not really sure. I think when you end
Pelicans got an F.
I think when you end up with the 7th pick, right, and obviously everybody's hoping for the number 1 pick, but I think when you end up with the 7th pick, there's only so much you can do. And DeMar DeRozan, they moved off of DeMar DeRozan. They weren't able to trade him. Obviously, you could get an A if you were able to move off of Levine and Sabonis. But here's the thing, guys. If they moved off of Sabonis for some hot Cheetos, would people say it was a good deal because he's off? Now they would say, well, now the Kings are going to be in relegation. Now the Kings might definitely, they're already slotted to be the worst team in the NBA. Now they definitely will be. What are they doing? Why would they get rid of one of their best players for some peanuts? So I think that B- is the best they were going to do because if Zach LaVine, a little bit different, Whitey, but some people would say, man, it was an expiring contract. Those are very valuable. The Kings got rid of that for a second rounder or whatever players, or they took back bad contracts. So I think B-, I guess what I'm saying is I think a B- was probably their ceiling, right? I don't think they had, kind of like me in algebra, I don't think an A was going to be possible this offseason. I think you end up with a B- with what you went in with. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I didn't do great in algebra either.
Algebra 2. Why is there 2? We already did 1. Why is there 2?
Gotta get them invisible numbers down, brother.
I'm like,
The sequels always suck.
I'm done. PEMDAS. Remember that?
No, I don't.
PEMDAS? Was it Jay? Parentheses. Oh, my goodness. Parentheses, something, multiplication, division.
Exponents, right? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division.
Addition, subtraction.
I thought PEMDAS was some guy from Slovakia that you've been grinding tape on or something.
He's 6'9",
great
can
shooter.
dribble,
How's his handles?
can man the floor like Caravan.
I was about to say Caravan handles.
We got another one. But I don't think you could have done much better than that.
Finding trades for DeRozan, Levine, and Domantas Sabonis would have earned the Kings more points, says your guy, Andy Bailey. But there simply may not be any suitors. So Sacramento had to settle on releasing DeRozan, keeping the other 2. And, of course, they draft Darius Acuff Jr., so...
Yeah. I think B- is spot on. And well, now I'm really reaching, but if your ceiling was a B-, you kind of got an A. Because your ceiling was a B-. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, but that's not a thing. It doesn't work that way.
So you kind of did the best.
What you're saying is you did all you could do.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got the A of a B-.
No. You accomplished everything you could have reasonably accomplished.
And they might not be done.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Steve's been hanging on. Hello, Steve. What's going on?
Hey. I remember MDOS.
There you go.
But I was just going to say, I wanted to say about the Jalen Duren topic with Chris Haynes. I remember watching NBA TV, that free agent fever segment, and I know they got a lot of airtime to fill and this and that, but it did feel like Chris Haynes kind of dressed it up a little more than necessary or exaggerated because he said, like, this is a real report, yada, 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 which kind of, when I got home, it got me a little excited.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you weren't alone. You weren't alone. And that was the point. You know what I mean? That was the point. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I totally agree. Like, but then I get it. Like, it was a report. Could have been like a 2-minute segment. They're sitting on the couch. They got to talk about it a little bit. But then also too in Jalen Duren's camp, he's trying to do what he's got to do to probably to get max money or what have you. So I get it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, and it's still, I guess we're assuming it still hasn't happened yet. He still hasn't gotten the bag that he wants. I don't even know if they're any closer, but you got to try whatever you can try. That's pretty much it.
So much of it is about just the absolute insatiable appetite for content now. As an example, we have what just happened in the WNBA. And this, again, might have been Michael Redd to point this out, or maybe it was Eddie Johnson. You had the two players, was it Paige Buchers and Angel Reese? And at the All-Star game, they made a bet.
Yeah.
And they recorded it, and then they posted it to social media. Oh, look, they bet $400.
Mm-hmm.
And people said, they can't do that. That's against the rules of the league. Mm-hmm. So they took it down. And then somebody pointed out that, the problem is, this happens all the time. You have a disconnect between the league and then the people who are in charge of producing content.
Yeah.
And the people who are in charge of producing content, they're like, there's such a demand. You just got to produce content. And they're just like pumping it out and almost like, we don't have time to even think about whether we should or not.
Right. Does it get flagged or anything like that?
There's no guardrails. Like, we need content.
Mm-hmm.
And something like that comes out and it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I think that happens in other ways too, where it's like, to Jay's point, you have a germ of something that may or may not be happening. Maybe it's being discussed, but we need content. So whip it up and look what's going on. It's inevitable. You know what's going to happen. Why? Because somebody told me that they're thinking about talking to them about it.
Right.
So that's part of the issue for me.
Yeah. And the, Elon's X or Elon's Twitter, that's obviously a part of it. Everybody's trying to get paid, and I get it. Get your money. It is what it is. But the thing about it, on the flip side, you'll see Brett Siegel, he'll respond to a lot of people when something gets aggregated correctly, but you're almost just, trying to, there's one fire, there's multiple holes in the boat. So he'll just find the biggest account, right, that has aggregated him incorrectly, and he'll say, hey, that probably, that wasn't said correctly, but it's so hard to do that, Whitey. I mean, Google Zach Levine right now, and everywhere it's what James said. And James could go on, one of his shows tomorrow and say, well, no, that got taken out of context, but they've already moved on to the next thing. That's just the world that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm. And again, I don't blame him for what he said, but things got kind of, I think, misconstrued down the road. When we come back, how the 49ers have missed Kyle Shanahan the most, and also we have a aspiration Kawhi Leonard trade update. All that and more next, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With experience beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Thinking about heading to the mountains this weekend in a new Toyota truck?
Let's go!
Bringing the bikes?
Let's go!
Maybe towing the boat too?
Let's go!
All right, let's roll. Get 3.99% APR plus 500 finance cash on 2026 Tacoma SR5 or get 2.99% APR on Tundra.
The time is now, let's go!
You heard the man. Toyota. Let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with a premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Excludes Tundra TRD Pro and say 326.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. And there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 30, the pick at the stick.
The last 49ers game ever played at Candlestick Park ended with a breathtaking flourish after a timely interception by Navarro Bowman, sending 69,732 fans into euphoric delirium in what is known as the pick at the stick.
Pressure coming, Ryan gets rid of it for Douglas. It's fought for, and it's in the hands of Bowman, who's got all green grass. Navarro Bowman gonna take the Niners to the playoffs.
What a way to shut down Candlestick.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Jared Reynolds, top of the hour. Don't miss that. I'm looking forward to that. Always do. Also looking forward to In Style, Out of Style, which is coming up about 10 minutes or so. I have some idea what that's about.
No, you really don't.
You never really know.
Gatekeeper Allen makes a return. And I'm not even proud of this, but I got to say it.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
What's your heart rate now? How you doing? You okay?
I'm back down. I'm back at, I was at 67 during the break. But after TC, I was at about 92.
And good, thank you, TC. Plus, you're not blaming anything on TC. Did you know this? I learned this. I was getting my blood pressure one time. I'm at the doctor for something. And, they take your blood pressure. If you cross your feet, like when you're sitting there, like I have right now, that makes your blood pressure go up. Did you know that?
I think so.
I didn't know that.
I think I knew that.
Oh, okay. So don't cross your feet when you're waiting there and you're getting your blood pressure taken.
And you're already nervous, right? So then they
Can
got
be.
they knock off some. Well, you're a little nervous.
I'm dead.
Can be. Here's a report. Speaking of reports, this was Ramona Shelburne. She was on, I think she was on ESPN's NBA Today. The Raptors are refusing to complete the trade for Kawhi Leonard because they are unwilling to take on the risk of potential NBA penalties. I think we'd heard something about that before, but that thing could go on and on. There was a report yesterday that the whole investigation could drag into 2027.
Well, did you see what else Ramona said when she said they are okay? Or the Clippers would be completely fine with Kawhi staying.
Mm-hmm.
Not as if it's a Max Crosby type thing, but
yeah, okay.
If we end up not moving off, because I don't know if it was Kawhi kind of insinuating that he wanted to get out or whatever, but I know yesterday the conversation was, is he going to play or not? But assuming he is, it sounds like the Clippers are completely fine with it. You run out Garland, Wagler, and that whole crew. So the Clippers are in a weird, not power position, but they're good either way. Now, I guess the reason the Raptors don't want to be a part of it, as you just kind of read, Whitey, is in case Kawhi can't play. So I guess the world where Kawhi gets suspended and then the trade doesn't get through and Kawhi gets suspended, then obviously the Clippers would say, well, that's not great.
I have to give their front office a ton of credit because beginning of last year, remember how old they looked? That roster, and they've really done a good job of bringing some youth, injecting youth into that roster, and it's not like they're terrible.
Right. They have it was weird because they were old, but they were supposed to be, it was the unction.
Some people were saying they could win a championship, if I remember right.
I mean, it was confusing because they were, I guess, a souped up version of the Kings in that they had talent, but none of it made sense at all. But they did bring in talent. They just didn't really figure how it would fit together.
Yeah, and speaking of Kawhi Leonard, if you're just joining us, you missed earlier in the show when Alan actually had the audacity to play the Kawhi Leonard Keegan Murray card.
I didn't play the card.
You played it.
No.
Jay, did he play the card?
He did.
No, I didn't play the card. I said the card had been played, and let's not forget.
It's despicable.
That the card had been played in the past.
The card wasn't on the table.
Actually, let the record show, I actually said that we don't have to do that anymore and Keegan can still be a great player. So don't misconstrue what I said. I said we don't have to do that anymore, and you two said we never did it.
Everybody, this is on camera.
That's what happened. I said, hey, guys, Keegan can still be great, and we don't have to do the Kawhi thing. And you guys said, well, what Kawhi thing? We never did a Kawhi thing.
Found one.
I stopped looking.
I will say this. You said something about, remember when Keegan was getting compared to Kawhi? And I always speak for myself. I said, no, I don't remember that, and looked it up. And there was
thank you,
one scout
that spoke to Luke Laux, a former assistant for the Sacramento Kings.
Multiple texters had my back. Multiple from
I just
different.
Said you were correct.
Different area codes.
Yes.
530-209-916. Let's ride.
Yeah. And why did they come to your aid? Because you had the audacity to play the Keegan Kawhi card.
I didn't play it in the way. This is the context thing again. This is the opinion versus report thing again. I said that it had been brought up. I did not say he could be Kawhi, and I didn't use it as a defense of it.
I just hope you're right. Alan had a fever dream last night or some sort of epiphany that this is going to be the year for Keegan, and I hope you're right.
I will be.
Okay.
I will be right.
What's he going to average this year?
Let's see what he was at. We just looked it up. He was at 14. Yeah, I mean, Keegan, it's not going to be crazy, right? I think he's going to be right a shade under 20.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I think he's going to be sitting at about 18 points per game.
18.7.
I love him. He's a nice guy. He's a handsome little cool guy, man. I mean, I bet he makes the honor roll all the time and all that kind of stuff.
17, 18 points per game.
Whoa. You just went from just under 19 and now we're down in the 17 range.
18 points per game. 7 rebounds per game. Going to be different because Domas, going to be taking some of them. And he doesn't do assists, so, 1.5, 2.1. On third, the most important thing.
Yeah, that three-point shooting.
37% from three-point range.
Okay.
It's time.
Mm-hmm.
And he in the lab. I can tell you that much.
I'd be really nice if he could get up to 38 after shooting over better than 40 as a rookie.
I know.
Get it back to 38.
Let's,
And then we might have something.
Hey, let's, one step at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I think it's pretty conservative what I'm saying based on the work I know he's putting in. Because I'm all aboard. This is the type of guy that you, if Keegan was on the Pelicans, them boys be trying to get 5 first-rounders for him.
Yeah.
So we got to put some respect, and it's going to happen, Whitey. Big things. I'm completely no more mock trades, no nothing. I'm completely, hear that? Completely hitching my wagon to Keegan Murray. Hitching my wagon to Keegan Murray.
That's old paddy wagon.
Now, see, someone saying Allen. Theo says, Allen said Keegan can be a great player like Kawhi. Didn't say it. I did not say that. Man, run the tape, man. I didn't say it. I said we don't have to do that. And he can still be great.
Sounds to me like you did play that card.
I did. 916-339-1140. Did I play the Kawhi Keegan card?
What do you have for Jerry today? I know Jerry's top of the hour.
Yeah.
Because he kind of tried to put you in your place last week. Or you have a response to that? Or
No, Jerry. Look, Jerry, I rock with Jerry. If he needs me to be the mustard or the mayo to his sandwich, that's okay.
All right.
Or,
I feel the same way about Jerry.
Or is it?
In style, out of style is coming up next. Anything can happen and usually does on that. So don't go away.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Let me tell you about the Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite. It's bright, it's bubbly, it's back.
The Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich, it's so rich, and you can choose between the original or the spicy filet.
Ooh, boy.
And then you got those pickled jalapenos tucked right under the filet, and then just to top it all off, you've got a little honey drizzle right on top.
Okay, now I'm a pimento fan.
And I'm feeling the dragon fruit.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer & Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, Whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, I have been told you're extending the 4th of July sales event because those deals are so darn good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs.
America loves Ram trucks, but what about my perfect truck?
We have you covered at Hoblet. We are truck people, so you won't find a better selection of new Rams with the features that matter anywhere. Plus, with almost 600 new Rams available, your Ram is waiting at Hoblet. Just one of the reasons Hoblet is consistently one of the top Ram dealers, not just in California, but the entire nation.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 4162 dealer discount and 11,338 factory incentive. Incentives may include 15% below MSRP incentive, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, and 500 military bonus or first responder bonus for eligible members. 10th net savings, sample VIN 390660. See dealer for details.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Emran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
There's high fashion.
Did you ever think that maybe there's more to life than being really, really, really ridiculously good looking?
And then there's helpless.
Are you mocking me with that outfit?
It's time for In Style, Out of Style with the Drive Guys.
How much to close cost in the Matrix?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Crazy about his shirt,
Let's get it going on a beautiful Thursday. Little in style, out of style, guys. This is a good batch.
All right.
Okay, this is a good batch. In style, out of style. Let's see where we start. And I'm sure you saw a couple people talking about it. Look, we're going to keep this thing above board as much as we can. Shout out Schmal and Miles. DraftKings allowing you to bet on a plane. DraftKings and Delta have launched Sky Picks, a new free-to-play in-flight sports contest that gives eligible customers, 21 and up, an interactive way to engage with sports while they travel. Sky Picks is a free sports contest available on U.S. domestic Delta flights through Delta Sync Wi-Fi. The contest invites customers to answer a series of sports-related questions, such as who will score first, which team will win, and a final score tiebreaker to compete for a spot atop the leaderboard and the chance to win Delta gift cards for their next adventure. So when I first saw this, I'm sure a lot of people, I already saw the memes of people losing a bunch of money. So it's not normal betting, right? It's basically
You said it's free.
It's free, and you have a chance to win Delta gift cards. So, you know, somebody might say, kind of a gateway situation.
That's definitely what I was thinking.
But fair or foul, DraftKings now partnering with Delta, allowing you to, I guess is it betting if you're not spending any money?
It's pre-betting.
Yes. So, soft launch betting.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
In style, out of style, Whitey.
I don't like it.
You got to be 21 and up. You got to be 21 and up.
I'm going to say out of style.
Yeah. It feels like you're scratching that itch in a different way. It's a 45-minute flight to Vegas. Let me get started now.
It's not what it seems. It's not just have some fun on the plane. It's have fun on the plane so that you're going to end up losing a lot of money to us down the road.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't trust it.
Well, you land, and then it's, man, I was rolling on that flight.
Right.
Let me keep going here.
Right.
Jay, fair or foul?
Foul and out of style. I'm with Whitey. It's kind of misleading. It's kind of like the opinion versus report situation.
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me something, but it ain't really what you mean.
Yeah.
You know, when it's all said and done. And I'm good on that.
Yeah, the big smile. Hey, we got a fun game for you.
Yeah.
You should play that so much fun.
But we need you to insert your real card. Your card has to be real.
Just so we know you're 21.
Yeah, not funny money.
We need to see your wallet first, but don't worry about it.
We just need your Social Security, just for security purposes, but that's it. I'm going to go out of style, right? I mean, some of these flights are long. I get it. I'm going to be going back east soon, 5 hours, 6 hours, but there's other stuff you can do. Listen to some music.
What should I do, Alan, on the flight to Maui?
How is that 3 hours?
3 or 4? I think it's 4-ish.
Are you flying Delta?
Not flying Delta. Well, we weren't gonna. Now we are.
Now you are.
How long to where?
Maui?
Oh, no, it's longer than that, fam.
Isn't it 4?
No, it's like more like 5 and some change, brother.
Okay.
So you might need to switch over to Delta. You need something in your spare time.
If you get there in 4, let me know the airline you're flying. I might jump on there with you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to go out of style. Yeah, it's just a little too gateway for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I got on that one. Next, this one is specifically for Jay. Guess who popped up on the Times most influential people list? You'll see LeBron. You'll see others. Did you think you'd see Shams Charania? What? Now, they don't have numbers, of course.
Come on.
But Shams is now on the 2026 Times most influential people list. I was watching this clip before the show. Shams is sitting there with Max Kellerman and Rich Paul. And Rich Paul is saying, see, yeah, there was a loaf of bread that you looked over, Shams. And Shams checks him and says, are you talking about the LeBron James meeting with the Cavs brass? And Rich Paul looks shook. How did you find out about? He broke character. How did you find out about that? Shams, I was just talking about my buddy who asked me, Alan, give me a breakdown of how Shams did this. He came up, of course, through the tutelage of Woj, and he has monopolized it to the point where people are, Jay, when we were in Vegas, people were coming up to me saying, Alan, I might change my career. Like the news breaking thing is over. Shams ended it.
I disagree with that. I would say this. I mean, this isn't the segment, but I would say let's just say this. A lot of what he gets isn't from him. How about that?
Not anymore.
Right? And how many times do we see the Anthony Slaters?
Mm-hmm.
Like, The Athletic does a great job. Sam Amick, they're national guys.
Yeah.
He'll be in cahoots with Jovan Buha down in L.A. or with Marcus Thompson in the Bay Area. Like, he always gives the love to the local guys who put in on the story. ESPN doesn't do that.
Yeah.
ESPN makes you give it to Shams and let Shams to do it. Now, there's some other things to it, but hey, get your money, Shams. All due respect, that's not the segment. No doubt.
Yeah, I disagree with the framing of it. By the way, Jay, you're right. Sacramento to Maui, 5 hours, 19 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you make it in 3, Whitey, you got that PJ, baby.
You know, when you're having fun, time flies. He does a great job, obviously, well compensated at the top of his profession, but influential, he's about as influential as the guy at the bowling alley behind the counter says, what size shoes do you want? How is that influential?
I think he's influential.
In what form?
Just the
Who's
way
the influence?
The NBA. I mean, everything has to go through him. When
it doesn't, though.
It's already happened. He just
does.
tells people what's already happened.
Yeah.
He just gets handed, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right.
But the fact that it has to go through him, to me, is influence. To me.
11 and a half, by the way, for the bowling shoes. And those guys do
I'm a
job.
12.
Okay.
I'm a 12.
No, again, you don't get to add a 6 and a 6
Right.
and get a 12. That's not how it works.
I'm out on this.
I'm in.
I'm out.
I'm in. I think it's in style. I don't love it, but
I just don't see him as influential. Like I said, yeah.
I'm out of style like a 3XT on that.
All right.
Yeah, I don't
All
see
right.
that.
Fair enough. All right, here's the
I'm out of
last one,
style
fellas.
Like Anthony's jorts.
Oh, goodness. Leave him be. All right, fellas.
They're not even his jorts. Jay, they're his girlfriends.
What? What are we talking about?
No.
Anthony that was sitting here?
No, context matters. They
Wait.
are male jorts that they were both at a garage sale or a swap meet or something, and she said, I want them. They both wanted them. He said, fine, you can have them.
He was
They're
here one Saturday
male
morning,
shorts.
okay, because he was doing the card show. And he's a great guy. I love him.
Yeah,
I love him.
that's
He's a
good
wonderful guy. And Emmerich says, What are you doing wearing jorts? And he says, I don't know. They're my girlfriends. And I was like, oh, my goodness.
What?
No, he set himself up for no reason.
Nah. What happened? Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right, guys. Last one. In style, out of style. It's the neighbors again.
What about wearing your girlfriend's jorts?
Yeah, that's out of style. That's out of
In
style.
style. They were men's shorts.
Wait a minute. No, explain yourself on that one.
He said they're men's shorts, but we both wanted them, and I said, fine, you take them. So they're not her. She's wearing men's shorts. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you. All right.
She just took them.
Out of style.
A bonus for you. All right, guys, here's the thing. I pull up yesterday. It's these neighbors again. So I pull up yesterday.
These are the ones that get up early on the weekend and do stuff?
Well, they were still moving. They were moving in, whatever.
Yeah.
So we leave. I'm pulling up to the house. You know, we have a 2-car garage, but there's stuff in the other one. We just got the new car. So I pull the car has been on the street. So I pull up, and we have a tree. The tree is not crazy big, but you get a little bit of shade. I mean, a little bit of shade, Whitey. I pull up, not one, but 2 cars parked in front of my house. And the street
driveway?
Yes, and I knew who it was because the neighbors did it last time. So now I'm ticked off.
You said in front of the driveway.
No. So the driveways, it's those
in front of your grass.
Yes,
they're not blocking your driveway.
Right,
yeah.
the garage is in the back.
Got
you see what I'm saying? So I park in the front of the house.
Okay, I got
the garage is in the
you
back.
got the alley.
Exactly. So I pull up to the street. They're both there. They got 2, and I know it's their cars. So I have to pull up my car in front of somebody else's house, which I don't like.
Why don't you park in the garage?
Because the other car's in the garage.
Why don't you park in the driveway?
Because it gets weird. You know, the spacing is. The point is, Whitey, why are you parking in front 2 cars?
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I know, but they have their own house. Yeah. Park in front of your house.
Well, you
so
park
now,
in front of their house.
I didn't want to because I don't like parking in front of somebody else's house.
Was anyone parked in front of their house?
No.
Then, you got to do it back, Alan.
But I got the tree.
Return the favor.
So I pulled up in front of them. They ended up leaving at 9 p.m., whatever it was. But I'm saying, in style, out of style, they knew I park in front of my house every day, and they're going to park in front of my house for a little bit of shade. Your car, park in front of your house.
Did you move your car to the...
Of course I did.
Okay,
But I had to do it at about 8 o'clock. And you know me, I had a lookout. I opened the door.
Come on.
My wife is sitting on the floor with the kids, and I leave look at this. Look at this. Why are they parked in front of our house?
Bruh, come on, man.
I don't like that. I don't like that. And especially if you weren't there all day. Park in front of your own house, in style, out of style.
Somebody parked in front of our house once, a long time ago. They parked where my dad liked to park his truck, and there was a policeman for some reason on the street. My dad actually talked to the policeman, and he's like, "Sir,
that's not illegal."
See, I like that.
Sorry, they're allowed to park
Pops
there.
Gleason.
Come on, guys. No, that's what I'm talking about. Park in front of your own house.
I'll say this. In our neighborhood, it is kind of the unwritten rule that you don't park in front of somebody else's house.
Yeah.
Especially if you know they have 2 cars, right?
Thank you.
So I get that, but I'm also saying, Alan, we're spoiled, big dog. So we got to check ourselves.
I hear, but you know
we
how
got to check ourselves.
You know how you say something too long and then whoever you're talking to starts to say it's enough? So I get in, my wife at first, oh yeah, that is annoying.
Yeah.
We got to about minute 10 of me complaining and she just gave me the look, dude, can we move on now?
Yeah, it's parking stall.
And then we come back from the park and I saw 1 car gone. Hey, I'm going to go move the car. I'm going to back it up. We're in front of our house. Come on, guys. There's a whole open sidewalk.
Yeah.
And it's just I should have taken a picture. Just
No,
right
you
in front of the
shouldn't have.
house.
You shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. I'm
Right
glad
in
you
front of
didn't.
the house.
I'm glad you didn't. Yeah.
Right in front of I'm thinking, this is crazy. Not 1, 2 cars. And I know they knew I parked there.
Them parking where they want to legally park it's in style.
It's just, you're already ticking me off. You're waking up at 7:30 with the moving truck. I haven't even met you yet. And you have the audacity?
You got to go over and take them something.
No.
Take them the crumble cookie.
Here, take this Nerds one.
Take them the hot one.
No, here, take this half-eaten Cheetos you want to park in front of my damn house.
I'm like the hokey pokey. I'm halfway in, halfway out.
I hear you.
In style, out of style. I get what you're saying, but when it's all said and done.
It makes me feel icky. Don't park in front of my house.
You living in the suburbs, dog. It's part of the game.
And you know what?
Very few parking spots.
I really wanted to back up and make it real tight.
Come on, bro.
So, one of the cars couldn't get out. I said, I'll give you a little bit. I didn't want him to, give me a little scratch.
Put the message under the windshield. I'd really rather not park in front of my house.
I'm not going to do that.
Are you that? That's out of style.
Yeah, I'm going to just complain about it.
I'd really rather not park in front of my house, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to just complain about it.
On the back of a piece of mail.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's just etiquette at this point. I don't know you.
Show some backbone.
You're in front of the house. Your house is right there. The tree is barely any shade. It's really more bird poop than anything else. I hope you get pooped on.
Definitely would park in front of their house if it bothered me like it bothers you. Wouldn't you, Jay?
Yes.
Definitely would park in front of their
If
house.
I pull up
I
today,
might park on their lawn.
If I pull up today and they're there again, we got a problem. What
Sounds like we already have
I need this.
Maybe Jerry Reynolds will have some
Okay.
advice for you when he joins us next on Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports to keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow. Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
There she goes, first solo drive.
Are we ready for this?
Absolutely.
Our AAA agent, what are you doing here?
Well, same as always, helping you protect what matters most. Like when you added her to your auto policy, or when you switched to AAA insurance and saved.
So you've been here the whole time?
Yep, plus we're available 24/7 for claim support, in case you ever need it.
Shouldn't she be home already?
It's been 12 seconds.
Visit AAA.com/insurance to get a quote today.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
This summer, the Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich and Pineapple Dragon Fruit and Sprite are back at Chick-fil-A.
Girl, it's back. We've been waiting. I love that honey pepper pimento sandwich.
And that pineapple dragon fruit and Sprite is everything. It's got that razzle-dazzle that makes you stop and say, okay, wait a minute.
I love the creaminess of the pimento cheese. It's savory, it's bold, it's flavorful.
Our faves are back. High five, girl.
Which fan favorite will you choose? Real customers paid for their testimonials.
When you see this in your kitchen,
the stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
You hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Cheap, cheap.
That's the sound of savings happening right now at Elk Grove Honda. You remember, right? Elk Grove Hondas are still cheap, cheap. And right now you'll find a good deal more on new Honda gas and hybrid Accords, Civics, CRVs, and more fuel-efficient Elk Grove Hondas. Every sale is done right here, under the flag in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Come see why generations of families return again and again to Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, because Elk Grove Hondas are
cheap, cheap.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Woo! We've had a busy day.
We really have.
Yeah, we've covered a lot of things. Been a very, very spicy, very lively Thanos Thursday. And I think the best is yet to come here with our next guest, Alan.
I would say so. I would say so. I got to fall back a little bit, but I would say so.
Jerry Reynolds should be joining us here momentarily. Are you settled down now? What did your heart rate do when you were talking about your neighbors?
I should have checked. They were probably up there. We might have broken 100 on that one, without a doubt. you know, and I'm going to ask Jerry this too. You know, because I know Jerry. We're on the same page with this type of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of people chiming in. Your parking spots are your garage and your driveway. The street is for everybody to park. That's from Scott.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
It just didn't look right.
Nice enough to join us. All-time Kings legend, Indiana Basketball Hall of Famer. It's one of many Hall of Fames that he's in. If we had one here, he'd certainly be in that, and he's in my all-time Hall of Fame. Jerry Reynolds, how are you, Jerry?
You know, I'm pretty good. I really feel for Alan. I mean, it's I come on here and it seems like you know, the world is picking on him, doesn't it? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, why, Alan? What do you think's going on?
I'm not sure, Jerry, but you're not immune from it either. I heard about what you said last week about, you know, I got to be the supporting actor. Complimentary player. Jerry, I need that rock. I need that rock, Jerry.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you probably need it, but you're going to be standing in the corner a lot looking for it.
You know, for you, I'll take that.
Okay. Well, I respect you. You're my young Jedi. You know, you're on the right track.
Thank you, Jerry. That's nice. All I need.
That's nice. This is the first time we've gotten to talk to you since the LeBron news, because I think it was just before that went down. We talked to you last week, Jer. So how do you think Philly sorts everything out with LeBron and Jaylen Brown coming in, and you got Embiid needs his touches, and, of course, Maxi's a fine player. Do you think that will be an issue for them, just sorting that out going forward?
Oh, it has to be. It just has to be. I mean, you've got 5 guys, or at least 4, that are high-usage guys, so it can't happen the same way. I mean, I think it is a case, and I'll be surprised if it doesn't work, because it's just a matter of each one of those guys sacrificing a little of their game, and if they do, boy, they could be pretty salty. I'll say that. Nick Nurse is a terrific coach. He's a very creative coach. So, yeah, sadly, I think they'll get it going.
Jerry, do you look at the Eastern Conference any differently now, just with that move? I still don't know what the Heat are going to look like, even though they do have Giannis. Is there a world where the Eastern Conference could catch the West? You know, the West kind of feels like the top might be stronger than the top of the East. But, yeah, all the teams under, you know, the 3 seed and down, Eastern Conference might be getting closer, huh?
I think they are. You know, I mean, like you said, with Giannis, I don't know that they're a contender, but they're clearly a lot better. You know, Toronto's, if the Kawhi Leonard trade goes through, they're awfully good. And, you know, Cleveland, they're still in the works for trying to get Peyton Watson out of Denver. And if that happens, and of course that's still Detroit had the 60 wins last year, not counting the Celtics and or the Knicks. So I think the depth of the East is very comparable. And like I say, I don't know that they have two teams as good as OKC and San Antonio, even though the Knicks are the champions. Philly would have to maybe be the team that could get to that level with the talent.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned Kawhi there, Coach, and I'm not going to misrepresent your position. Alan earlier today said he thinks this is the year, he's confident that this is the year that Keegan starts making strides towards fulfilling the vision. Some saw him as maybe a Kawhi-type player at some point, and Alan's very confident that the way things are shaping up for the Kings, this will be the year that Keegan really starts taking off in the right direction. Would you agree that things are set up for him to do that?
I think they're set up for him to do that, and clearly he needs to do that. I did listen to Alan and got some good insight there. I don't quite see Kawhi Leonard, but that's that's to be determined. But I do think that he could be an 18.7 rebound guy, 2 assists, and a good defender.
Mm-hmm.
I think he needs to take that step. Mm-hmm. I've been a huge fan, but it's also true. It's time. Yeah. It's time to get back to making some threes. So, we all pulling for that. And can he ever be Kawhi Leonard? No.
Jerry, how about Zach LaVine? There's been some conversation today about him and what the Kings should do and a buyout and things like that. Obviously, we've talked about his contract over and over again, but are they in a bit of an interesting spot where it's, you can move Zach LaVine if you want and possibly deal with this new relegation situation, and then you'd be paying him to go away so Neek and Emmanuel Sharp and others can get more shots, or you can let it play out, see how it goes. Maybe he gets hot during the season and somebody gets desperate, and if not, he comes off your books at the end of the season. Doesn't the relegation conversation make this a little bit stickier than maybe in the past?
Oh, I think it really does. I think you better think about that. And I don't know. I guess my simplistic answer would be, why don't you try to get your best players on the floor?
Yeah.
And see how that goes. If the young players are proved to be the best, they'll get on the floor. But there's a reason that Zach LaVine has got a $49 million contract. It wasn't because he averaged 7 points a game 3 years ago or whatever. I mean, he's a big time scorer. Now, I know fans are down on him and all that, but the guy has been there and done that, and he's capable. And I just don't think it makes sense for a team with very few assets to diminish a potential asset. And by trade deadline, if he plays as well as he's played for most of his career, I think there'd be some. Certainly, if you decided you wanted to trade him, he's only going to. His salary is pretty much half gone or more, and I would think there's a chance to get something of value for him.
Mm-hmm. And coach, to that,
and if you don't, he comes off your books.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't understand thinking. Well, we got to play the young guys. Play the young guys. Why? If they're not good enough, why should you?
Yeah, and to that very point, and I know we've talked about this before, but on Domas, I'm starting to think, Domas is productive. He's 30. He's under contract for 2 years. If he doesn't fit your timeline, maybe you need to adjust your timeline.
Well, I think things are different. I agree with you. I mean, I think with the relegation stuff, you better try to win as many games as you can. Mm-hmm. And because going forward, I think the Knicks are the ultimate example of it. If you want to build your team, you're probably going to have to do more with trades than anything else. Mm-hmm. And the only way to trade is to have guys somebody wants mm-hmm. and try to make good ones. So, yeah, I just I'm just not on the board. I think Emmanuel Sharp and Nick Clifford, especially Emmanuel Sharp. I mean, I like what I've seen. I think that Clifford could still be a good player, but I don't see giving them minutes that hasn't been earned, and there's no way you can say they've been earned based off of play so far. I mean, certainly on a, and I think that Levine, it would be very important, I think, to the development of Acuff. Because, he's a guy that can get Acuff assists.
Jerry, another name that we haven't really talked about a lot. The season was pretty much over by the time he came to the squad, immediately got injured, so we didn't get to watch him play a little bit. How familiar are you with DeAndre Hunter's game? And it feels like calling him an X factor is too strong. We don't want to, Keegan's an X factor and Acuff. I'm not trying to add a bunch of X factors to this team, but doesn't he feel like a guy that if he returned back to the Atlanta version of him could be some found money because we just haven't seen him play at all?
Absolutely. I mean, the way he played in Atlanta for most of his time there was terrific. He was on a really good team and came off the bench and, was kind of a six-man candidate. I think, let's face it, I think the Kings have got him at the right time. He's in the last year of his contract. So, the last time a guy didn't want to get another contract at big money was be the first time. And I think he can I think there's reason to believe he can really be valuable this year, and he should be. And that's a matter of whether, how Coach Christie wants to go, whether, you can go smaller with Hunter and Keegan, at your forwards, or you could go, with Hunter off the bench, and that might be the better way to go. I think he can. He's been a good player. There's a reason he was the fifth pick in the draft and played on the college championship team, and I think it's one of those things. A little patience and the guy has done it. He's been productive. Give him a chance to be that again.
He's one of those, Jerry, we all say now, 3-and-D guy. Do you remember when that term actually started being used? Obviously, it had something to do with the proliferation of threes in the NBA. Do you remember when people started talking about players in terms of being 3-and-D guys?
I really can't. It just, it's kind of one of those things that just kind of found a life of its own. I mean, I just always didn't think about it much. I thought, that guy can really guard somebody. That was, and he can score too. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way it's supposed to be.
Like Michael Cooper was probably a 3-and-D guy, right? But no one ever called him that.
He was a terrific 3-and-D guy. He probably's upset. He said, "Why did I get called a 3-and-D guy?"
Jerry, I wanted to go back to what you said about, hey, if guys aren't good enough yet, you don't have to force them to play. When we were discussing Zach LaVine, how much of where you're drafted matters? Is there a little bit of, you see these guys play well in summer league, and I get it. Caravan did go in the first round, but the idea that, hey, we got to sit Zach LaVine because of two guys that were drafted late in the first round, and Nick Clifford and Alex Caravan, and a guy drafted in the second, and Emmanuel Sharp. Would it be any different if we were obviously Acuff's going to play, and would it be any different if you were talking about, okay, well, Acuff was drafted 7th and Caravan was drafted 11th? Is it different because they got drafted late, or would your stance be the same even if they were higher picks?
It really shouldn't be, but the truth is, it does make a difference.
Yeah.
I think with most franchises, especially lottery picks, high lottery picks, like an Acuff or Wagler or whoever, they're going to get opportunities. Great opportunities to find out how good they are, or Peterson, any of the top guys. And so, the team's kind of on the, definitely some pressure there to make it work. And so they're going to get every opportunity. Now, guys drafted later, it's not the same, even though it's always when the teams draft them, they want to give them, they want them to succeed. But I think other things creep into it a little bit more. And like I say, I think, I think they've drafted well, and I like the players, but I don't think automatically, you say, boy, we got to let Zach LaVine can't play on this team. It's like, are you kidding me? Have you watched the guy's career? If he's not good enough to play on this team's going to be really good.
Jerry Reynolds, nice enough to join us. By the way, Jerry, I have a question here, but I just thought of another original 3-and-D guy. How about Brian Taylor, the guard? He was a pretty good 3-and-D guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I remember Brian Taylor back when he was traded for Tiny Archibald.
Wow.
And so that shows how old I am. And I didn't like the trade, and he was really good, but he wasn't good as Tiny.
Right. How about DeMar DeRozan? Do you think, there's talk that maybe he goes to Miami. Do you think DeMar would be a good fit in Miami with what they got cooking right now?
I do. I think he'd be a good fit in a lot of places. He's a pro's pro. He, as fans, we thought he kept the ball too much, but what he is and what he could help a good team like Miami is he's another guy that with 5 seconds on the clock can go get you a shot.
Mm-hmm.
And in playoffs and big games, they've got plenty of talent. He's going to have to adjust his role, but I don't think there's anything about DeMar DeRozan that wouldn't make you think he could and would. And certainly if he goes to Miami, I think you guys have paid attention like I have, and there's a guy named Pat Riley down there, and they seem to kind of get guys in line.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jerry, we got to see what ends up happening with Domantas Sabonis, but are the Kings in a bit of a weird spot at the center position? If he finishes the season, that means he probably took some minutes away from Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell. I know there's been some talk about running two of them at the same time, one at the 4, one at the 5. I don't know how much that's going to happen because I'm thinking here, we don't know if Sabonis is going to get traded or not. They went into this draft, Jerry, and I don't even think, you talk about grinding tape, I don't think they looked at another center. With another year off of Domantas Sabonis' contract and maybe suppressed minutes for Maxime Reynaud and Dylan Cardwell, how do you think they move into the center position in next year's draft? Do you just play it out and see, okay, we moved on from Domantas Sabonis, so these guys are going to get more time, or we didn't? I guess I'm just not sure how much these guys are going to get to spread their wings, therefore how Scott Perry will feel about the center position, because they're going to move on from Sabonis eventually.
Yeah, that's a great – I have no idea either, to be honest. I mean, I think it's really got to be a real challenge for Coach Christie and his staff to kind of make it work with those three guys. I think with Cardwell, to be honest, I kind of see him as a limited backup center. He has some real qualities that you like, but it just is till he's a little more of an offensive threat. It's tough to get him a ton of minutes unless you got 4 big-time scorers around him. And then with Reynaud, I think it's such a key that he shows that he could be a stretch 4 at times. Mm-hmm. And I think that we'll see that. I think he could do that, but I think that would help and get him minutes where the Kings would have a chance to be play bigger at times. And so it's some nice options to have. But to your point, yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces, but it's better to have moving pieces that have some potential than not. And I've been there where your 7th, 8th man really weren't NBA players.
Wow.
and that's really very, very difficult. Very difficult.
Yeah. Our pieces aren't moving, but they're not very good pieces. So
they're pieces, and they need to sit right there.
You have obviously professionally put basketball teams together, and we were just talking about this. You and Alan just were touching on relegation. Could this be, given that the draft is changing now, All the rules are changing. Tanking doesn't net you anything. Could this be maybe the most difficult environment in which to build a team that we've ever seen in NBA history?
I think it's going to be. I really do. And it's just come at the exact wrong time for Sacramento and New Orleans and some other, bottom feeders, so to speak, because, the best way of really changing your team was, getting a star in the lottery. Mm-hmm. And now that part's being taken away. So now all of a sudden, to build the team, trades and free agencies is going to be more prevalent and important. And for the team that doesn't have as many assets, you can't trade for Wembanyama with the assets Kings have, let's say, So to answer your question, I really do. I feel for Scott Perry and his staff. I don't know what you do. I mean, you're going to have to make trades, and you got to hit on every one of them.
Yeah.
Jerry, this is from a texter from the 530. Would Jerry bring Russell Westbrook back this year?
I don't think I would. I mean, I sure. Of course, I've said this before, and I know it sounds maybe a little crass, but I'm a huge Russell Westbrook fan. But I want him to retire. He's an all-time great. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. I just hate to see guys hanging on, past their greatness. Mm-hmm. And can he still play? Sure. Could he? But I don't know. I'd just rather see him go another direction. I was kind of hoping the Kings might go after Gabe Vincent. A guy that I think has been a pretty good role player at the point, with Miami and Lakers, and a local kid.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I know I'm probably, a little outspoken maybe, but I don't mean, because I am. I think Russell Westbrook, I just hate to see all-time greats, where young people, the first time they see him, they're not seeing the real great player. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, I do think a lot of guys hang on too long anymore. They didn't used to hang on. Of course, the money wasn't so good.
Is that a shot at me, Jerry?
Yeah. Once you get in that big money category, you just can't let go, can you?
I wouldn't know about that. The hanging on too long, I don't know the money. But, Jay, I know you have your throwback question.
Yeah, I was one of my favorite guys in basketball is Kenny Anderson, my boy Cheebs, man. Got to know Kenny quite a bit. And he posted on his Twitter the 1989 All-American team, which he made it as a freshman. He was the only freshman to make it. But there were a couple of names that popped out on there, Jerry, and I just want to see what your thoughts on it. First of all was Ramil Robinson of Michigan. And, of course, the L Train Lionel Simmons, who was first team, got to play here. I've heard he had all the goods, but the injury slowed him down. What is your thoughts on Ramil Robinson and the L Train?
Well, L Train, I think if he could have stayed healthy, would have been, a couple of time All-Star and really had a low post game, could rebound, could defend, really didn't have a good outside shot early in his career. Sadly, he developed one about the time he got hurt. It was one of those things about the time he's like, oh, he can stretch the floor a little bit. And then he really, with his knee injuries and stuff, slowed him down, and he really wasn't a good runner anyway. So it just really ended his career for the most part. But, yeah, to Ramil, wasn't a fan. We had him in for workouts, and I just was never convinced he was going to be a top-level point guard. Didn't really shoot the ball deep very well. Wasn't as quick as you'd want, that type of thing. Now, who was the other guard you mentioned?
Okay. Oh, it was Kenny. Kenny had posted the All-American.
Kenny,
yeah, he had posted all of these things that
I love. Yeah, I love Kenny Anderson. In fact, I wanted to draft him.
Oh, wow.
He went in front of us, but I thought he would, I really did. I thought he'd be a franchise point guard. And of course, he had a really good career, but I think he should have been better in all. I mean, he had a lot of Nate Tiny Archibald's game in him. One of those guys that could really break guys down. And and his handle was terrific. Yeah, I think I always thought. I mean, I really still feel this way. Given at the time, if the Kings had gotten him, I think his career would have been better because of just the need of the team for a star type guard.
Wow,
man! Who'd you draft? Do you remember?
Yeah, that's Billy Owens.
Oh, Billy Owens,
and that worked
Billy
out
Owens.
for you.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
Got no complaints on that one.
Thank you, Coach. Amazing stuff as always. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, have a good weekend. Yeah.
Well, I will enjoy you guys. And Alan, I must apologize. I know it's a little bit of a cheap shot, about you being a complimentary talent. It was true, of course, but it's a little bit of a cheap shot.
And he's responding to your coaching. He was great today.
That's
Jared.
right.
Yeah.
No, that's right. No, you had me spot on, and I've been coachable. I'm a coachable coach. I've always been coachable.
I think there's hope there. I really do.
All
I
right.
really do.
Thanks,
I
Jared.
think with Whitey and Jay, I think they're going to make it with.
There we go. Appreciate you.
See you guys.
We'll talk to you. Thank you. What's cooking is coming up next. The big MLB trade deadline. That's what's cooking next on Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. But at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited everything for just $35 a line. That's $35 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to the carrier ranked #1 in network coverage and customer satisfaction and get unlimited everything for just $35 a month. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit Consumer Cellular online or in-store today. Price includes $5 credit for autopay and e-billing. Taxes and fees apply. Data speeds reduced after 35 gigabytes. Rankings done by 2025 ACSI survey.
California's calling. Sun-soaked coasts, forest trails, and fun-filled city nights. With 21 hybrid and electrified Toyota models, there's a ride made for your life. Score summer deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and the 51 MPG Camry. Or get 0% APR plus finance cash on the all-electric BZ. Go farther and spend less this summer with Toyota's hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and all-electric EVs. Toyota, let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/3/26.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you. If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah, but what are the Dodgers having? How about this from Jeff Passan, ESPN? Quote, one of the biggest deadline trades this century is days away from happening. He's talking about the Tarek Skubal sweepstakes. Jeff Passan says the clear leaders for the services of the Tigers ace are guess who? Scott Marsh's favorite team, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Just one more before the lockout, huh?
Maybe so. And I know some people are using this as an example of how baseball's balance is way out of whack, the competitive balance way out of whack. And, who else could afford him? Well, actually, a lot of teams could afford him. And he's going to be a free agent after this year. That's a different story. But right now, the reason the Dodgers are the leaders here is because they have the most prospects they can offer. Because they've done, and look, I'm not a Dodger fan. They've done a great job of drafting and developing talent. That's one of the things that separates them. So when it comes time for these trades, they have all these prospects. I don't know how they do it. They do it every which way. They're going out and getting the most expensive free agents, the best free agents. At the same time, they're drafting and developing the best players.
Yeah, look, not to sound like a hater, but I probably will. There is, I don't know, a lot of people do say there is a level of favoritism, right? Once you are good at something, then guys get the benefit of the doubt. Like the Dodgers will always be a top 5 farm system, even if they maybe shouldn't. People are always going to give them the benefit of the doubt because they have been good, but now they kind of get grandfathered into it.
But if my team is interested in a trade with them and I'm scouting their players, I don't care about any of that.
No, but I mean, it is all based on, it's MLB.com, right? So they tell you, like, there's a guy here, just for example, Whitey, there's a guy on the Dodgers so everyone keeps joking about him. There's a guy on their top 30 prospect list. He's 28 years old. What the hell is he doing on a top prospect list? I'm just saying there's stuff like that. Like I said, I sound like a hater, but there's stuff like that happens. And their number 7 prospect, River Ryan, is 27 years old. But outside of the haterade, outside of the Giants fan in me, that's how they do it. You have to hit on your guys. And when you hit on your guys, you have a lot more flexibility and you can cash in. I think a lot of people get caught up on, the Giants finally have a decent farm system, Whitey. And everybody's saying, oh, this is great. We're going to have 9 prospects that all make it to the major leagues in 5 years. Well, no, that's not really how it works. You want prospects, yes, to work out. You also want them as draft capital to use in potential deals. And that's why the Giants have had to go out and reach on a Willy Adames or whoever, because they didn't have the draft capital to make moves like the Dodgers.
Didn't they used to have, the Giants didn't they used to have one of the guys who's one of the Dodgers' top prospects, James Tibbs III?
They did. And now he's number 9 on the Dodgers list, and he's worth a lot more now because he's number 9 on the Dodgers list.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw him over the weekend. Dude can mash. And they moved on from him for Rafi Devers.
What are the Giants going to get done at the deadline? Anything?
I think it's just going to be Arise and Ray. Your boy Tony yesterday Tony? It sounded like a going away. It was a going away. What Arise was able to do for us. He just made every day better. because they're down in San Diego. They'll be in San Diego up until through Sunday.
Right.
So the only way he comes back is if he doesn't get moved. So he's pretty much played his last day, his last game in San Francisco.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to get a ton for either one of those guys because they're free agents next year.
I think Arias might get you a little something if you can.
Oh, something, but I'm just saying, like, you're not going to be enjoying a bidding war for.
There might be a little bidding war.
Okay.
Might be a little bidding war, a little bit. You never know. Nothing crazy, but hey, okay, fine. We do want him. Well, it's not going to be a top 100 prospect, but we'll give you something.
So you as a Giants fan, if the Dodgers get Skubal, there's a chance they won't. There's a lot of teams that are interested. But what does that do to you as a Giants fan? If that happens, what are you going to do?
Giants will get him when he's a free agent. He's got ties to the Bay.
Wow.
Easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can rent
What's
him.
in that thermos?
You can rent
What was
him.
in that crumble cookie?
Hot Cheetos. Keeping it spicy. I mean, I'm numb to it now, Whitey. Literally numb to it. That's the one thing. The Dodgers have had this bugaboo with their pitchers. I don't know what's going on down there, but they can't keep their pitchers healthy. If I was Skubal, I wouldn't want to go down there. What's going to happen down there?
I think I read that as of now, he's saying that the team he would most want to sign with when he's a free agent is the Dodgers.
I saw that from Nightingale.
Yeah. So it seems inevitable in a way.
Yeah. And now, we might be red hot, though, Whitey, on the Shohei front. Because with everything he's dealing with his arm, he might give it up. I mean, he's not going to fully give it up, but he might not be starting for too much longer, even when he's able.
Question for the Giants. Biggest question. Can they manage to move one of their most onerous deals? They can't, can they?
If they pay it down, if they include a prospect, they already said Jung-Hoo Lee is off the market and he's getting paid $20 million a year. They're deciding to hold on to him. So looks like the big three are coming. Well, here's the problem. And I know they just posted their lineup. They need Chapman back. Because everyone says you might be able to move Chapman. But if you can't move Chapman, then what are we talking about?
By the way, Jay, very upset because there's only, 6 or 7 players in MLB right now, both leagues combined, hitting 300 or better.
It's bad. It's 301 to be exact. 301. But it's bad. And that's how it's been.
Isn't it because the pitching's better? Like, you don't face a guy 3 times anymore. That doesn't happen.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Pitching is definitely better. They're also not, you watch Luis Arias and watch other players, they're just not trying to hit like that. Besides, where you have the Chandler Simpsons, the Luis Arias, there's a couple guys that Jung-Hoo Lee actually doesn't try to hit like that, but he's been hitting better because he's been letting the ball come to him a little bit. But they don't want to do it, Whitey, because look at his OPS. He doesn't have this. He doesn't have that.
That's why Otto Lopez is on my list of the players you never miss their at-bats, but I got laughed out of the gym on that one.
You're going to get laughed out of it again.
That's what's cooking when we come back, how the 49ers have missed Kyle Shanahan the most, and we'll wrap things up on Sactown Sports.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow!
Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conéctate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto-pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Card collectors know there's nothing as special as a rare one-of-one card. And now you can hear a very rare one-of-a-kind sports card show right here on Sactown Sports. Whitey Gleason here inviting you to join me and Mr. True Sports Cards himself, Imran Pilati, for the True Sports Card Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sactown Sports. It's the only sports card radio show in the nation. For all your hobby needs, get to True Sports Cards, 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland. And for hobby, insight, and fun, join us for the True Sports Card Show Saturday mornings at 10 on Sactown Sports.
Hi, I'm Tim Meadows. You've heard the phrase out with the old and in with the new, right? Well, buckle up because Stand Up to Cancer's vehicle donation program makes it easy to turn your old vehicle into new life-saving cancer research. More than 2 million Americans hear the words, "You have cancer," each year. That's why Stand Up to Cancer is dedicated to funding cancer research focused on finding cures. Donating is easy, pickup is free, and your gift may qualify for a tax deduction. Visit standuptocancer.org/cars to learn more.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. Chad, I heard you're extending the 4th of July sales event because the deals were so good.
They were the best deals of the year, and we wanted to keep the savings going. Right now, you can save up to $14,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. Plus, save thousands more with 0% financing for 60 months.
Wow, 14 grand off MSRP and 0% financing. That's crazy.
At Hoblet, our goal is to get you the hard-to-find heavy-duty truck you need at the best price possible. Plus, we have over 600 Rams available.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection, and now unbeatable interest rates. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Laramie after $9,500 dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives include $500 on-the-job upfit with eligible upfit, 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus with proof of business ownership, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade, 0% financing for 60 months on approved credit through SFS, $16.67 per thousand borrowed, 10th this net savings.
Until after the 26 season concludes, or Alan Stiles, who has neighbors that are parking in front of his house. Who feels more disrespected?
It's close.
And undervalued.
It's close, but it's I'm telling you right now, do not let them be in front of my house tonight.
Or what?
I'm blocking them in. I will sandwich them in. I'm going to be backing up. Beep, 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 beep. I'm waiting until it gets red. Then
Can't they still just...
No, because if it's 2 again...
Oh, okay.
They're going to learn.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, guys.
Maybe just talk to him. I mean,
here's the thing.
Just go have a word with him and... Hey,
now,
how are you?
Here's the difference now. So when we came back from the park, there were 2 cars. When we came back from the park, one was gone. So I backed up. So that's kind of a warning shot, right? Of, hey, now why would this person do this? And maybe they weren't sure before. Hey, we don't know who lives there. I think they saw the car before, but maybe, hey, we don't know who lives there. We didn't see the car. I think they did. But hey, now they know. The only reason somebody would back up like that, like I said, this tree is more of a nuisance. It doesn't really block the sun. And again, it wasn't there when obviously those cars weren't there when we woke up in the morning, right? So they did it so they would see, okay, clearly this is this dude's house, right? So now if they do it again today, now they truly just don't care. Yesterday could have been, we don't know, what the situation is. You see that I backed up, then it's, hey, that's somebody, clearly I put the windshield thing up to block the sun. So it's, hey, this is this guy's house.
Is your car parked in the shade now after you backed it up? Well,
yes, kind of. No, the other one still was because only one car left at that time.
If they're parking to get in the shade, they're still going to park. If the shade's there, they're going to park
in the shade. I'm telling you, it's really not that. I'm not doing it. It's in front of my house. So if they do it today, I will know that they obviously do not care. They could have played dumb yesterday. Hey, we didn't know that you parked there. But I backed up. I did that for a reason. So now,
And then what? What if you get the message, just through your observations, like, wow, they don't care. Then what?
I got to figure it out. 530 says it's not illegal to park in front of your house, though. You might get in trouble for blocking them in. Why? I'm just parking. They might knock on the door or might say, hey, we're going to give you a little scratch for getting close, but I don't want this thing to get ugly.
Then maybe you shouldn't block them in. If you don't want it to get ugly, don't do
I'm not going to block them in. It's just going to be a little annoying.
Mm-hmm.
A little annoying, right? You could get out.
Well, then you're making it ugly. You're inviting the ugliness.
No.
I think you're embracing the ugliness.
No.
When you say, I don't want it to get ugly, I don't think that's entirely true.
There's a lot. Like, you give somebody enough space where they can get out, but it's just enough to say, hey, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not going to block you in, but hey, I'm here. They're going to have to go back and forth a couple times to get out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you park in front of people's houses.
Yeah. Bottom line is they are not in the wrong.
I didn't say that. Whitey, it's unspoken.
Mm-hmm.
It's etiquette. You know that. It's etiquette. You'd be the same way.
Go talk to them.
And say what? Don't park in front of my house?
Just talk to them first. Hey, you're the new neighbors. You have to be
that's
a little
my
more
car.
subtle about this.
Oh, yeah, good to meet you. There's my car in front of the house. That's where I normally park.
Maybe you don't do subtle that well. Maybe that's my mistake.
Yeah, I do not be in front of this house for the sake of.
You want it to be.
No, a little bit.
Yeah, I know you do.
No, I don't. For the content.
You just thrive on that kind of.
There goes my heart rate again.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
that kind of imaginary conflict.
It's not imaginary. It's just, come on.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck. I hope it works out.
Look, man.
Mm-hmm.
And don't send us a picture when you drive up, if it's got the same look, he'll send us a picture.
Yeah, I know.
If
Like,
they're
look at
parked
this
again,
mess.
I'm definitely sending you a picture. I might post it. Blur out the driver's the license plates.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I definitely would park in front of their house if I was going to do anything.
Clearly, they don't care. You know?
Well, you haven't parked there yet, have you?
No. Yeah. Hopefully it's over.
Yeah. They probably, like Jay said, they're probably listening, going, "Oh my goodness, I think that's the guy."
Now there's gonna be another moving truck in front of my house.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna be.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Like Jerry said, why does this happen to Alan?
That's a good question. Or you're going to come home and your wife will have said, "Yeah, they came over. They're really nice, and I had to explain you, and I think we're good."
No, we're not good. If that car is in front of the house, then we're clearly not good.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to know what's up with Kyle Shanahan, how the 49ers are dealing with his absence? Mm-hmm. This is from, I think it's from, who's covering camp for SI? I have to check. But anyway, he says Shanahan is not disconnected, but Albert Breer, I believe, pardon me. But offensive coordinator Clay Kubiak has the walkie-talkie that goes to Brock Purdy's helmet, and the head coach is watching like a personnel guy might at training camp. For now, the Niners are encouraged with Shanahan's progress, with the caveat that it hasn't been and won't be linear. There'll be ups and downs. He's contributing where he can. His body is healing nicely. The concussion is lingering a bit. The hope is he's back soon. And as for what the team is missing most at the moment, everyone I asked brought up the absence of his team meetings. Rather than try to replicate them, the Niners have put those on ice for now, breaking into offensive and defensive meetings with the coordinators for the time that they're scheduled. So I'm not trying to say, oh, no, it's terrible, but how are they missing Kyle Shanahan? They're not having the meetings that he usually oversees for now.
And there's no timeline for when things will go back to normal.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Will that affect that? Are we going to be talking about this in December? I don't know.
If we are, that's not good.
Right. But it's something. A lot of people, it's not a big deal. We're not getting into the, details or whatever. Just
some people
not there.
We got to get into the details more.
Yeah, I mean, we did it. I'm just saying us.
Right.
In particular, we did it. It is what it is, right? Yeah, I know somebody get the dash. Tesla has a video in the car.
Thank you for listening. Someone called Kayla today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believe what they said was true. It's like there's a camera in there, and he talked about maybe someone should subpoena the video or something. No one's motivated to do that, though. Unless the league said, we need to investigate. They don't have any grounds for that. So I don't think anybody who is hungering for more information, I just don't think you're going to get it.
The only thing I would say is there, well, here's the thing. When you say somebody, hey, the other driver is fine, obviously it seems like Shanahan sustained more injuries, right? But
I've heard no injuries. I've heard minor injury
about
the other driver.
Yeah. So is it just a matter of, look, we're going to cash out. It's going to be taken care of. We play
that'd
on.
be my guess.
Because the only thing I was going to say was their insurance might say, well, we need more information, right? We need more information for our documents and things like that. So they could ask for it in theory, or if they say, Shanahan says, hey, right? It's not a situation where the money is an issue. So, hey, here's whatever, right? And it goes away. And the insurance, of course, is different because it actually is a different situation because Shanahan can pay out of pocket versus if the insurance had to get involved if it was somebody that was not as financially stable, then it might be stickier. I think Shanahan's situation makes it cleaner to where the other driver's insurance would say, hey, well, they're going to take care of it, so why do we need to figure this stuff out?
Golf to Go is coming up, and speaking of golf, hopefully Matt George will be back tomorrow. I mean, is this going to cause a delay in
we need to find this out. Yeah, we need to find this out right now. Right now, because I'm waiting, and I'm ready.
Yeah, has your training already started?
No.
Have you been to see Tom Morton yet?
That's
a no.
I got some time. No,
Tom takes me. No.
I got some time opening up. So I'm going to text Tom once my time opens up. It's a busy time period for me.
Do you want to win, or would you like?
No, I want to win. I need, like I said, my schedule right now, so I'm going to get out there.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
And Frank LaRosa's your new best friend, right? Weren't you hanging out with him?
I was hanging out with him earlier this week.
Uh-huh.
So Frank, we got some tips, and yeah, we're figuring it out.
He's the best.
He's our guy.
And he's coming up. Golf to Go is next. We're back with you tomorrow. Stick around for Golf to Go on Sactown Sports.